I'll do as much as I can. It's a 3-hour fucking vid. Do you think I can actually do all this? No. Let's see. Oh, okay, let's see down here. Today I read through the most comprehensive full analysis of Eren and Historia. It takes an hour and a half to read through straight. It covers everything, the themes, the foreshadowing, to of course the pregnancy. Me being an EM and ED showed why every single argument is flawed and why every concept is the better enjoy. I hope you enjoy. No, that's not me. I hope. I didn't eat, dude. Oh yeah, I already read this article, the White Lily one. Let's see, because I think I already read this one, so I do know her points. I do know her points in the article. Mm, mm. Yep, I know. I read this at school. It was during one of my at the library. Okay, so here's this. I was at the library, right? And I was typing up something for my essay, and I finished the essay. So like, okay, I'm like, okay, well, I had extra free time, so I spent a bit of it like reading this while listening to another video in the background. So oh yeah, I know this article. I read the article before. Let's see the comments. Absolutely. Okay, let's see his little dumbass points. Again, I'll do like reviews of it. I'll try to debunk this. Again, this is off the top of the dome, so I don't have any evidence on me. It's live streaming, so let's do this.
Everyone, my name is Beluga Yeager, and
He has not changed. Fix your mic. He has not improved at all. The audio has to be good too. Get a better mic. I am using a laptop mic and it sounds better and clearer than yours. Dude.
just did a video about EM. And to pair with that, I'm going to be reacting to a deep dive into Eren and Historia.
Yes.
Analysis of Eren Historia. It is a thick manuscript.
Yeah, it's a thick manuscript because because there's a lot of evidence. And if you want to go thematically, if you want to talk about themes, there's a lot of themes that connects those two characters. That's why it's a thick, because there's actual evidence that backs up the points. There's a lot more evidence compared to EM.
It goes into the nitty gritty. I have not read it yet, but
I've already read it, so I know his points. I know her points. Let's skip the fucking introduction. Let's go straight to the vid.
Addition to the side stories and age by Yama, totally fair game. Now when I'm debating my opponent, is why I have pre-debate. We do a lot of pre-debate. Before I have a debate, I always have a conversation beforehand. We're defining terms. We're figuring out the schedule, the format.
What about with Serenity? I never see you have a debate with Serenity. Yet you accused him of being mentally deficient by your words. So no, you can't. That's not true. Cause you didn't have a debate with Serenity. But yet you're saying that you're on friendly terms with all people you debate.
And I would sometimes ask them, hey, is this kosher to use in debate? Now, I use Lost Girls. I mean, you obviously have to use.
Can you lower the volume of the background music? How is the background music more louder than you? But hey, according to Quick Binger, it's all editing, I guess.
School casts. But yeah, I definitely. So this is totally fair game to me.
Yeah, it's fair game because Invaders uses school cast too. And Serenity doesn't use school cast, but he had to use it to back up more of his points.
The guys say, oh, you can't use the song, you can't use the visuals, you can't use the Lost Girls. No, this is all kosher to me, so I'm totally fine with the story. The analysis is written to prove to many that Historia actually managed to give them very proper development. This is
Yes, that is true. There was so much more evidence that that there's more development there.
I really need people to understand this.
What?
Development is extremely overrated. I really need people to understand this. Development is about the end game. The end game of the story is to send a message. Is to send a message. That is the sole.
No. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh no. No fucking way, he just said development is overrated. That's why people don't like EM. Because EM is so underdeveloped. Oh my gosh. That's what makes it good when you actually show evidence and to see the friendship develop. How is development overrated? Oh my goodness.
Purpose of the story. Period. Full stop. Plot twist. Character development. Story.
You are stupid! You just said character development. That makes a good story. That includes development. That's in the category of development because Eren Historia is developing the dynamic. Yo! Oh my goodness! Oh gosh! I don't know who has worse short-term memory, Trigger Senpai or him. What the fuck? Part of character development is developing the dynamics between other characters. That's part of character development. That's part of development. Is a character developing their dynamic for another character. This dude, bro. Development overrated. But yet you're saying what makes a good story is the plot twist, the character development. Bro. Are you even hearing yourself?
Story development. Music, animation. That is all completely and totally secondary. People worship development like an NLP all. Sometimes development is not the right way to go. It's just not.
Okay, can you give me an example of an anime where development is not important? Is there any anime or manga where development is not important? I have some examples, but I wanna know if he had any examples that development is not that any examples of any series to show that if development is not important.
I can't think of. I mean, obviously, I'm saying
Exactly, you can't even think of one. Every story has some sort of character development, whether it's good, whether it's executed well or not. That is still development. What story does not have any development? Every story has some sort of development. Whether it's executed well or not, they have some sort of development.
this is a great example of why and totally secondary. Period. Full stop. The ending of a story is to send a message. Is to send a message. That is the.
That's not true. Not every writer has the message. You make up that message. That's just totality. You're saying every writer has a message to tell. Well, it's just not true. There's so many different types of stories. Maybe some people don't have the mindset of sending a message. It's just making sure that the ending correlates properly with the story. There doesn't have to be a central message in the story for a story to be good. If the story makes sense, if the story makes logical and actual sense throughout the entire story from beginning to end, that makes a good story. It's not the message that's important. It's to make sure all the plots and all the side plots and the character development is finished off well. Whether you're trying to develop your character into a negative arc or into a positive arc. If you don't guys know what a negative arc is it's the same. It's basically the character changes for the worst, positive, better, right? The message is not important. The message, the overall message to a story does not make it good. What's the message of Game of Thrones? What? Everything repeats itself, right? Daenerys' father, Aerys Targaryen went insane, and then oh wait, then she went insane. Does that make it good? The message of a story is not important. Well, to me at least. I don't care what the message of the story is. If it ends well and it makes sense boom. If it's executed well, bam. Because a message is subjective. You can put you can put any message to any story, and therefore that's good. The overall message of a story does not equate to quality. Because you can have a message you want to portray, but if it's executed badly, then therefore the series is bad. It's the same thing as theme. Okay, just because there's a theme in a story makes it good. That means every single story is good. Because there's a message in every single story, whether intentional or not. That means every story is good, which is just not true.
Sole purpose of the story. Period. Full stop. Plot twist. Character development.
No, you don't need a plot twist to have a good to be good. You don't need a plot twist for a story to be good.
Story development. Music, animation. That is all completely and totally secondary. People.
I agree on the animation and music. Because when you read manga, there's no animation, no music. You're focused on other things. Like paneling structure, you're focusing on the designs and like the art style, whatever it's again, art style is subjective whether you like the art style or not. Right? I agree on to a certain extent that animation, plot twists are secondary. That's the problem because he's saying character development, but that's still in the category of development. That's the issue here. So to a certain extent, I do, particularly on the animation and music. I don't care about animation and music because I read like mangas. I read mangas now. Well, I've been reading mangas, but for me, again, manga doesn't have animation nor music, so we don't really care about that when you're reading manga. Plot twists don't really matter. Yes, I agree with that. Character development, well, it's still in development, so obviously you need to see the characters develop in some sort of way.
Worship development like the end all be all. Sometimes development is not the right way to go. It's just not. Let me. I can't think of it. I mean, obviously.
Exactly, can't think of anything because sometimes, most times, development is the end all be all. Not end all be all, but it's very important because you're doing your best to flesh out your character. So yes, development is important because character development still falls into development.
This is a great example of why development, if she was a developed character, the story would literally not work.
Yeah, exactly. That means it's bad. That means it's bad. So that means it's terrible because in order for the story to continue, Mikasa can't develop. That is bad. The story could have literally been the same if you actually gave Mikasa proper character development. That is bad. That's a badly written character. Because in order for the plot, that character stays the same. The exact same. That is bad.
You might as well be able to just set the Attack on Titan on fire. Because if Mikasa's the well-developed character, the story doesn't work.
That means the story is bad. Yes, set the thing on fire. That is bad. That's bad writing. Because Isayama, that means Isayama is a bad writer because he couldn't figure out a way for Mikasa to develop while still progressing the story. The exact same way. That is bad writing. Don't forget, Mikasa is one of the main characters. And she has little to no development at all. That means Isayama is a bad writer. Because you couldn't figure out a way to have Mikasa develop while still progressing the story at the same time. This story would have been exactly the same if Mikasa got developments. Would have been exactly the same. That means Isayama is a bad writer.
Because the story is sending message about love. So, if Mikasa was a developed character, we get no Ymir King Fritz, and we
What? Do you understand what you're saying right now? Eren is not her abuser. Eren is not. Does Eren ever abuse Mikasa? No. Eren has never treated Mikasa like King Fritz did to Ymir. Never. You can't compare. That's disgusting. There's no way you're saying that these two are very similar. They are not. The King Fritz doesn't even see Ymir as a person. Doesn't even see Ymir as a human being. So no, that's not true. Because if Ymir actually loved the king, she would have regenerated. but she didn't, because she was tired, sick and tired of living, of being around him. She wanted to be free from him. And the only choice that she had was to die. So why, because you all know from 138 that plot hole, somehow the Ackerman's memories can be manipulated. So why send a message to Eren instead of Mikasa then? Logically within the story, it does not make sense. Even in 139, why Armin asked Eren, why is it Mikasa? What does Eren say? Only Ymir knows. Meaning that we have to assume. Us, the reader, have to assume the connection there. That is bad.
We get no Mikasa Eren, and we get no John Man Mikasa. That all gets set on fire, and a third of the story's message is.
How would Jean and Mikasa be set on fire? I mean, first of all, if Mikasa starts being her own person, John and Mikasa could have been developed way more. Could have been developed better. Right? Maybe if she started being her own person, right? Maybe she actually takes a liking to Jean. You don't know that. I don't know that. That's true. But if Mikasa becomes her own person, just because Eremika, just because Eremika, just because hold on, again, I'm fucking going on a tangent here.
So as a developed character, we get no Ymir King Fritz, and we get no Mikasa Eren.
That's not true. That is not true because not that wasn't the point of 123. That is not what that doesn't make any sense. Eren had never treated Mikasa as badly as King Fritz ever did to Ymir. And again, in 139, Eren only says Ymir, only Ymir knows. Therefore, there's not actually a legitimate answer to why Ymir chose Mikasa. We're only assuming that based off some parallel. It was never implicitly stated or answered, sorry.
We get no John Man.
That's not true either. Because Mikasa could have been her own person. Then as she becomes developed her own person, she could take a liking to Jean. It doesn't ruin Jean and Mikasa. Because Mikasa could have seen Jean, could have, as she progressed into her own person, right? And finally let Eren do his own thing. Maybe she actually could take a liking to Jean. It doesn't ruin it, Mikasa and Jean. It actually makes it better. It makes Jean Casa better. Instead of Jean being second fiddle and only Mikasa being with him because of circumstance, it was actually okay. I like you, Jean, because there's actually reasons behind that. Instead of well, I'm with you because Eren is dead.
That
No,
all gets set on fire, and
no, it doesn't. It didn't. Eren Mikasa does get set on fire. Um, that is again, there was nothing there. And then, but if Mikasa becomes her own person, it doesn't ruin Jean and Mikasa. You're just strawmanning and assuming that.
a third of the story's message is just
Again, message me does not. I don't care about the message of the story. I do not care about the message of the story, because the message of the story is just it's the reader. It's what the reader takes from it, from that story. It is not the concrete message of AOT. It's what you think is the message of it. There's so many ways that you can interpret the message of AOT. You interpret it as whatever, as love being the answer, whatever interpretation, whatever other message it was. There's no concrete message of AOT. Eren Aceyama never said anything. Just like any other story, There's no concrete message. The message is what the reader takes out from the story. It takes what is the reader? The message is what the reader takes from the story, or what the reader learns throughout the story, or from the end of the story. The message is subjective, because the whole point of the having a message of the story is from what people take from to the story, or the lesson that they take from the story. It's all the message of the story is about what the reader thinks. There's many messages you can take away from any series. So no, that's not what you're saying is not true, because that's just what you took from the story. That's not objectively the message of the story. That's just what you took from it. So no, that's just not true.
Right. So I just want to mention that because a lot of people say, "Oh, if the ship is better developed, if Eren is better developed, it was a better ship." No.
How?
If it follows the theme of the story, it's a better ship. Not if it sends the right message, it's a better ship.
You're so fucking dumb. Who cares about the message? No, the problem is for you is that it doesn't correlate with your message. That's why it's bad. Because factually, there is more evidence behind Eren and Historia than Eren and Mikasa. We see Eren and Historia become acquaintances to fucking confidants. Eren and Historia barely talked to each other in the beginning. It went from acquaintances to Historia asking Eren about having a child. What is the development of Eren and Mikasa? If you want to talk about interviews, okay. For interviews, you want to talk about interviews? If I'm allowed to talk about interviews, then the whole Isayama, I don't know if Isayama said 2014, 2015. Isayama thinks that Mikasa being complete, having complete, her life connected to Eren is pitiful. Yet it is still there from the beginning to the end. The whole point of Eren and Mikasa's of the friendship or relationship not developing was to further her development, to become her own person. But that didn't happen. She can't even make decisions on her own. Because when Armin went inside the building after rumbling was occurred, she asked Armin, "What do I do?" She is like a lost dog without Eren there. It is pitiful. Who cares about the fucking message? That's a poor point because the message is dependent on the reader and what the reader takes from the story. So no, you're strawmanning it because it doesn't correlate with your message. Therefore, it's not good.
Now that it's better developed, and I'm not saying about that. Development's great. We got great developed characters like John, Reiner, Eren gets developed. I mean, backwards of course, still gets developed. The character development is great, awesome, but it is definitely not the end all be all. And when you compare it to like EM, which has obviously less development, but it's more central to it.
No developments. Can't even say less. There's none development there. No development. Continue.
Versus Historia, which is more developed.
Yes, more developed and more fleshed out. Yes.
Guess what? Development loses 10 times out of 10.
How? How does it lose 10 times out of 10 when it's written, when it's actually factually and objectively written in the story? the these are the type of people that I'm tired of. They think that themes make a story better, even though themes are all it's what you take from the story. The message of the story is what you take from it. What did you learn throughout this? What did you learn from beginning to the end? You can place themes anywhere. Themes is such a loose. It's such a loose. It's such a loose thing to judge. To judge a rating on. It's such a poor thing to rate an anime or a manga on, because you can put any theme to any story. You can put any message to any story. You can't do that. That's why people say development is the best one, because there is more evidence, factual, objective evidence in the story when there's development there. Because when you talk about it's better developed, because there is actual evidence. Because their point is backed up. Because for themes, you can put it anywhere in any story and consider it good, because you can put any theme or any message in the story. That's what people say ERENXHISTORIA is better, because it has better development, and it has a stronger foundation. There are way more moments with Eren in the story, and we see the friendship develop and get stronger. We see that. That is there. You can't change that. It is on the papers.
Listen here. Despite Chapter 139 debunking the ship,
It is. It did.
they put 7 quotations.
Yeah, quote unquote. Because honestly, it was shit. 139 was shit. Because I think it was 135 or 136. But 136 reminded us that Historia was in labor. It told us that Historia was in labor. But why? Why do that? It was never going to be important in the ending.
Like, come on. You debunked it. I mean, I debunked it way before that, but yeah, I debunked it.
When did it get debunked? When did it say it got debunked? Again, I don't think he's going to point that out.
As a long analysis that mentions shed light into the ship and explain why Eren and Isu didn't exactly come out of nowhere. I totally agree. Again, I should have spent time just a little trivia about me. I was an Eren Isu in the last arc.
I don't get it. I can barely hear his points because the music is louder than his fucking mic. This is just poor editing, because you're not fucking realizing that the audio, your mic is more quiet than the fucking background music.
So I totally understand why they didn't come out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
But could have easily been hidden in plain sight, like one of these Mr. Thing and she said ran a very Annie.
Oh my god, bro. Stop. Okay, no, I'm reading it, because this man's going super fast, and no, I'm reading it. Fuck that. I'm reading the paragraph. Okay, I'm reading the fucking paragraph. Because honestly, he's speaking so fast here. So, he was at here. Despite chapter 139 debunking the ship, this a long analysis meant to shed light onto the ship and explain that ERENXHISTORIA didn't exactly come out of nowhere, but could have easily been hidden in plain sight, like most of Isayama's mysteries in AOT, such as Reiner, Bertahalt, and Annie being the armored colossal and Time respectively, humanity not existing outside the walls, etc. Okay, so don't read what he said. Don't understand. Don't read what he said, because he's blurting out quickly. I will say it, so you don't have to focus on what he says here. Just focus on his points. Don't focus on him reading it. I'm gonna be reading it, because honestly, I can barely hear him with the background noise being loud in his damn mic, and him fucking like this the shit. This man's skimming through it. This man's speeding. This man fucking reading it too quickly, and his mic is not picking that up. Oh, speak clearly. You have to speak clearly so that the mic can pick it up better. You're just going like this. The mic's not gonna pick it up properly.
Points on the walls, etc.
Okay, I'll read it. If you're one of those people who hates this shit, please avoid this analysis, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm sure you have better things to do than actively seek out the things that you hate. If you're one of those who are genuinely curious, then feel free to stay and sate your curiosity. Heavy spoilers ahead. If you're an anime only, don't say I didn't warn you. So let's focus on his points, not on his reading.
If you're one of those who hate the ship, please avoid this analysis. Sorry. I wouldn't say I hate the ship, per se. Do I hate the ship? I think I have to
What?
But I'm not going to avoid the analysis because I love to read the stuff of literature. I want to see why do you think the way you do. The main problem with the EDs is that we do not understand our opponents at all. I see so many stupid takes from AOR. Oh, the Hope Chats want this and this to happen because of this and this. No, you're wrong. You simply don't understand Hope Chats at all. You don't do any opposition moves. You don't understand.
Again, it's so hard to understand his points because the microphone is so bad. Put the mic closer to your face or something, please. I can barely even hear his points. How am I supposed to counter argue his points if I cannot hear him properly? Because therefore I could make a mistake, and if any case he comes at me or some shit, he can say, "Oh, you didn't understand what I was saying because of this and that." Well, first of all, your microphone's shit. Get a better mic. Then people can actually hear you properly and counter argue your point and counter argue your points properly. Please get a better mic. You probably have a job. I hope you have a job. Use some of that when you get your next paycheck. Pay for a new mic. Please. Or, if anything, no. Judging from my perspective here, the camera is focusing more on his mic, meaning that he is too far away from his mic. Come closer to your mic so we can hear you better. Please.
Hold the bigger side of the L and you just do whatever you want. Giant circle jerk. But I want to read this because I want to read this even though I don't like this shit because I want to understand where it came from and I am searching for the truth. I've made that no mystery. I'm searching for the truth. If EM was bad, I will say it. I said over and over again, my 139. I said over and over again stuff that I didn't necessarily say, but it's true. My entire career is based off of discovering the truth. Okay, so if it is true that ERENXHISTORIA is better, then I would love to see some evidence. And plus, who doesn't want a good story analysis? I'm sure half of this is going to be fake and false and hate canon and misunderstand the story.
Just like you. Just like you. That's the issue. Art is subjective. There's no objective truth to it. You only come up with that answer based off the evidence from the previous chapters, from the events in the story. There is no one truth. So no, how is this headcanon? Your points are headcanon as well. Because you're assuming that Eren wanted to stay away from Mikasa. You're doing the exact same thing. You are also doing headcanons. You're also headcanoning that chapter 50 was going to have Eren kiss Mikasa, even though the original interviews that correlate to that explain that into context said otherwise. That's more of a family relationship. It's only now, after the ending is done, that ECM has the force to recontextualize the chapter 50. Even though at that present moment when he actually recently finished chapter 50, he didn't think that way. He saw it as family. He meant it as family. It was only after the ending occurred that he said otherwise. Because he needs to do damage control.
decent chunk of it, and it's the long manuscript.
Yeah, that means there is so much proof. That means there's so much proof. I bet you $5 that if she had to do an in-depth analysis on Eren and Mikasa, it would be shorter than an hour. I would put money on that. That if she had to do an Eren and Mikasa in-depth analysis, it would be shorter than 88 minutes. I'll be more cocky, even say an hour. Let's continue.
It's going to be great analysis, so I'd love to see it. So I'm not going to avoid it. I'm sorry. I'm sure you have better things to do than to actively seek out things.
Skip, because I read this before.
Yeah, believe it or not, I was excited. I was like, "Oh, great! Another ending here to listen to. Excellent! I cannot wait to understand. Did I see this, man?
You don't even know her. You don't even know she's the ending hater. You don't know that. You don't know if she likes the ending or not. You're just assuming. Do you know if she likes the ending or not? Did she say anything about it? She never gives her overall opinions on the ending. You're just assuming that she hates the ending just because the ship didn't happen. You don't know that. You're just assuming based off the fact that she does not like one part of 139. You don't know her overall thoughts on the ending. You are assuming.
Exactly.
And there's more, and if you're using the stereotypical ending hater, there was more reasons why they don't like the ending than just, oh, my ship did not happen. You're already discrediting Lily by assuming that she does not like the ending because 139 did not confirm the ship. Stop that. Stop assuming. Just like how you assumed that Serenity was trying to push a nationalist agenda. Stop assuming.
At least I was looking a better person. I was 100% serious. I was seriously very excited to see her. I wanted to see this perspective, and I wanted to see why they hate OT. If you're one of those who are generally curious, feel free to stay and say your curiosity. Okay, thank you. All right, and looking. Okay.
Okay, let me go there too, because I know for a fact I want you guys to make sure you actually listen and actually hear the exact thing properly. Because again, his mic is fucking ass. So let's keep going.
Contrasting. Okay, setting the stage. Contrasting.
Contrasting.
Awfully similar
Contrasting yet awfully similar.
backstories
And mirrors.
This should be interesting because right off the bat, we already know how Eren's parents are awesome. Historia's parents are terrible.
You are a fucking idiot. That's the whole point of the fucking title. Contrasting yet awfully similar. That means that the backstory is not 1-to-1. Is that there are some things in the backstories that are similar. That's the fucking point of the fucking title. Is that despite having a lot of opposites, there's actually little things that they have similar to each other. You're already strawmanning it. Because all you're focusing on is similar. You're not focusing on the whole title, the bigger picture. The whole point of the title is saying that they have opposite, that the backstories are opposite, but if you actually pay attention and actually pay attention closely, there's actually similarities between each other. That is the whole point of this damn title here. You're already strawmanning it because you're already thinking of similar. Dude.
I don't know. Eren didn't have any siblings. He did not have any siblings.
Oh my fucking god. You dumb ass read the fucking thing. And Eren did have siblings. Mikasa was adopted by the Yeager family. We got that in the guidebooks. We got that with Eren's dialogue. Don't treat me like a little brother. No, he's strawmanning it because he's like, oh, he didn't have any blood-related siblings. Therefore, to prove my point of AM making more sense. No, he did have it. There's more to. You can be a sibling without actually being blood related to them. Mikasa is Eren's adopted sibling. That's it.
And
Who cares? You don't have to be related by blood to be siblings. Look at Luffy, Sabo, and Ace. They're not blood related. They're sworn. They're not even officially adopted by the same parents. They were just sworn brothers. They promise to each other that they'll always see them as always see each other as brothers. And that whenever anyone asks about what is Ace to you, he's my brother. You don't have to be related to the person to not see them as a sibling.
Historia did. So
First of all, Historia didn't the only sibling Historia knew was Frida. And she barely remembered Frida. Who cares? Who cares? It doesn't matter. They both have siblings. And chronologically, they both have older siblings, which is true. Mikasa is older than Eren. Because Mikasa is born in February, Eren is born in March. Mikasa is older than Eren. Therefore, Mikasa is Eren's older adopted sister. Let's read the fucking paragraphs before you put your assumptions, please.
I would really love to see what the background is in this. Eren's story did exactly start being friends, which we learn was mostly due to the fact that Eren disliked the story's persona, Krista. These two.
Oh my god, bro, this man's rushing it. I'll read it. Eren and the story don't exactly start as being friends, which we learn was mostly due to the fact that Eren disliked Historia's face persona, which was Krista. These two, in fact, don't even interact before the start of the uprising of chapter 51. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we cannot start from the beginning. Please, there. The CV. Oh, let's see what makes up out of this one.
Two, in fact, don't even interact before the start of the uprising arc.
That's true. That's true. That's true. They never had a full-on interaction until chapter 51. That's true.
But it doesn't necessarily mean we cannot start from the beginning. Characters grow through experiences, and writers know about order.
Oh my god. I'll read it. Mike's ass. Characters grow through experiences, and writers know that in order for a character to connect with another character and have a unique bond, they need to have either similar or contrasting experiences. Contrasting experiences serve well for the characters because then a character could provide what the other one is lacking. This appears to be the case between Eren and Historia, who, even starting off as opposites, are in fact one of the same kind and share similar values. Okay, see? Take your time, dude. Stop. Don't rush into the don't skim through the reading. Don't rush into it. Okay? Take your time. Please. Especially you scratching up your nose and shit. Take your time. You scratch your nose, don't say anything, just go like this. And then you continue. Because when you do this, you're blocking your mouth. Therefore, the air cannot pick up on the sound and go to the mic. So you're going like this, and then you can really feel them. If you need to scratch something, if you need to scratch, something, don't read it. Just scratch and then continue on so that way people can hear you properly.
For a character to connect with other characters and have a unique bond, they need to have either similar or contrasting experiences.
That's true.
Okay, so.
That's true. Let me get some water too. I want to know what bullshit he's gonna say now. But that's true. It's either or. It's either or. Again, it could be somewhere in the middle. Exactly. Her point here is that it's not is that every person's experiences have some it's in a muddy gray area because some people have similar experiences, some people have different, completely different experiences. That is true. It's showing you what she's saying here in this paragraph is that sure, it appears that Eren and Historia have opposite experiences and stuff. But those opposite experiences show the similarities. That's the point of this paragraph here. So I want to know what he's gonna say to counter argue this paragraph here. Let's see.
A common trick psychics use is
What?
called the rainbow ruse. So a psychic will come to you and a psychic will say, you're very controlling. You like to control your environment. You like to know everything about your environment. Well,
Do you think she's trying to manipulate people? Or are you assuming she's trying to manipulate people? First of all, you haven't even finished the paragraph. You didn't even finish reading the paragraph.
for a character to connect with other characters and have a unique bond, they need to have either similar or contrasting experiences.
You didn't even finish half of the damn fucking paragraph, dude.
Okay, so
And that's sometimes it's true. How do we make friends? Because how most people how do most people have friends? Because because people have similar hobbies. That's how people become friends because different they share similar hobbies to each other. Oh, I like basketball. You like basketball? Okay. That's how people start off as friends. Or maybe if the person's complete opposite to them, it makes you more interested in that person. Yes, that is true. This is true. Because if we as we sure our people might be similar to each other, but there's difference if you pay a little attention, if you actually know more about the person, there's differences. And we go for different things. That's true. So what's the point he's gonna make you? I want to know. But he's gonna say it's some psychological problem here. Hold on. Let's see what he says. Let's see what he says.
a common trick psychics use is called the rainbow ruse. So a psychic will come to you and a psychic will say, you're very controlling. You like to control your environment. You like to know everything about your environment. Well, on the other hand, you also like to be free and spontaneous. You like to explore the world with your eyes closed, to fly by the seat of your pants. That was a very obvious example of not a trained psychic.
You are stupid. That's personality. That's the wrong. Oh my god, you are an idiot. That psychological study is personality. This is experience. What you've gone through, not who you are as a person. Dumb ass. Dude,
You just have two things that are the opposite.
you are fucking idiots because that little psychology shit that you're saying is off of personalities. Lily's talking about experiences, and I guess you have bad fucking glasses because she's putting emphasis on experiences because she put that in italics. Dumb ass. You're an idiot, dude.
And so, of course,
You're
we're
not
supposed to
reading
be
it.
true. So this person says, contrasting or similar experiences. Well, guess
Yes.
what? There's nothing else besides contrasting or similar. It's either the same or it's not, or it's contrast.
You're a fucking idiot because your little test bullshit. It's based off of personality. It's not based off of experiences. What she's talking about is experiences. What people have gone through, not who they are as a person. What the fuck is wrong with you? And she put that in italics too to make you put more focus into that. And you don't even take that in. This is why nobody takes you fucking seriously. This is why I don't take you seriously. She italicized experiences to tell you that to put more emphasis on experiences. Your little dumbass psychological example is based off of personality. Dumb fuck.
But so you can do this with literally every character. So literally Eren Reiner, Eren Berthel, Eren Annie. You can just go down the list and say, okay, this is out of context.
It's off of experiences. You're only seeing you basing off of personality. Your point is automatically weak here.
Contrasting experiences serve well for characters because a character.
You're so dumb. You are so fucking dumb. Because that test does not correlate with experience. It's not talking about experiences. It's talking about personalities. Dude.
Provide what the other is lacking, and this.
What?
I actually, especially as far as shipping goes and like actual like relationships, I think
What?
this is actually the preferable. I mean, this is just my opinion. I mean, I'm not like 20 years married or whatever, or being a survey, but I think this is the better. Just my personal opinion. It's better to have a contrast so that you make up for the opposites they have. For
Exactly.
example, you know, that's gonna be too long. Let me just continue going to ship. This appears to be the case between Eren and Historia, who even if starting off as opposites, are effectively the same kind and share similar values.
Okay. I'll read the next paragraph. Bro, I'm so mad because his point is not counter. It's not even counter arguing this because she's talking about experiences. Your little test thing is only based off the personality. Anyways, while rereading AOT, a vast amount of things have caught my attention when it comes to certain characters. I share close bonds of Eren and Ursula respectively, as well as the seemingly contrasting backstories which almost serve as the steps necessary for them to collide perfectly in the Uprising arc. Let's see if it says anything about the previous thing. That's true.
I agree, which is why I like Eren Heifer better.
How? How you like Eren Mikasa better? Sure, that may be true, but it's not fleshed out at all.
While rereading AOT, a vast amount of things that caught my attention when it comes to certain characters that share a close bond with Eren and Story respectively, as well as the seemingly contrasting backstory almost certain steps necessary for them to collide perfectly in the
Bro, dude. Take your fucking sip and then read, man. And you're reading it, you're mumbling so no one can fucking hear you. Speak clearly. I'm guilty. In my earliest videos, I used to mumble too. Do you know what I did? I took my time and I spoke more. I opened my mouth more. I spoke more clearly. Because you're speaking fast and you're barely moving your lips. So when you're talking about this, no, because you're mumbling and no one can hear you. Speak clearly. Take your time, bro.
Eren and Story's mother both died on the same day.
That's true. That's true.
Well,
That is true. Eren's mother dies. Eren's mother dies during the day. Hers is during the nighttime. It's true. They both die on the same day.
Mario Falls. Okay.
That's true.
In Historia's case, she's sent by her father, so when her mother, Alma,
Oh my gosh, she is shunned by her family.
is killed by Kenny Ackerman, she gets drafted into the military, the new name, and gifted to be gifted to her by Rod Reiss. She has no home to return to and must live in hiding.
She has to. Exactly, that's true. That is true. That is true. I'll read it properly. In the story's case, she is shunned by her family, so when her mother, Alma, is killed by Kenny Ackerman, she is drafted into the military with her new name gifted to her by Rod. She has no home to return you and must live in hiding. That is true. That is true. Because they have eyes on her. The military is corrupt. The military is working for him, for Rod. So they have eyes on her. If she escapes or does anything, she's in danger. That is true. That is true. She has no home to return you. That's true.
And obviously, we have the panel here.
Yeah, exactly. Right? After that, my mother left the house and started living somewhere else. Eventually, I realized my grandfather, my grandmother, the people that worked on the farm, the people on the land who lived on the land, everyone, they would all be happier if I wasn't alive. Okay? And then here is, months before I was getting killed too, my father made a proposal. If I lived a quiet life somewhere far away, they'll let me go free. Your name is Crystal Lens. And obviously we know that's not true. That's not true. Because no matter what, she will always be under constant surveillance. Because the government works for him. They're under him. So she's hoping that's true, but we all know it's not. Sorry. A little bit of phlegm. Sorry. Damn. That's true.
And Eren,
Yes. Okay, here, I'll read it. In Eren's case, he's very much loved by his family, even though he didn't know how to appreciate it at the time. So when Kala is eaten by the Smiling Titan, which is Dina, Eren, excuse me, so his avengers on all Titans, fueled by grief and rage. He had a home to return to and a family that loved him, but I was taken away from him. Hence, he joins for revenge. Uh, Historia. Okay, I guess I'll read it. Mikasa, hurry! I know. Hurry up! The Titans, they got inside, didn't they? Eren, take Mikasa and get out of here now. I love to. Let's hurry up and get you out. Come on, let's go out here together. My legs can't got crushed by the rubble. Even if you let me out, you can't. I can't run. You understand, don't you? I'll carry you. That's true. My mom's gone. I'm never to see her again. Why is it happening to us? Is it because humans are weak? Is crying the only thing the weak can do? I'm gonna destroy them. Any more panels? Chapter 2, exactly 50 chapters after we see, after when 50 chapters after is when we see Historia side of things. Sure. Let's see if there's any counter arguments here. I mean, she can't because he's just summarizing. She's just summarizing the backstory here, so he can't really have much of a counter argument here because it's just
Eren's
summarizing.
case, he's very much loved by his family,
That's true.
although he didn't know how to appreciate it at the time. Interesting. It's almost as if this is a running theme in AOT. Hint, hint, wink, wink. So in Carlos Ema, Smiling Titan,
Yeah, again, that's the theme that you are taking out the story, are taking from the story. Because that's the case, and everyone would have that. Everyone would have similar themes. Again, themes are up to it's for the readers to take from the story. So that's what you think. It's not.
Eren's words Revenge of the Titans. These are not correlated. Fueled by grief and rage, he had a home to return to.
Yes.
His family that loved him
Yes.
was taken away from him, and he joins out of revenge.
Yep.
Right there with the message. Another panel again. Pause if you want to read it. I'm sure you're well acquainted. I'm the last guy who's gonna be doing all these like recaps.
Oh wow. Why not? That makes your fucking analysis bad. You have to have a recap. So therefore, you can state your points. You need a short recap. Think of many of analysis. They recap a scene in the story to back up they summarize a scene of a story, and then they put their opinion on it and say why it's bad, and then they break down that scene. For you, you're just assuming that the people that are watching you is people who have read the story from beginning to end. You're assuming that. It doesn't matter. It's good to summarize it. So therefore, your point can come across better. Let's continue. Actually, I'm gonna read this one again because again he kind of goes skims through it. Both of them joined the military for a different purpose. One is fueled by death of his loved ones, and the other is trying to survive because she was shunned by her loved ones. The idea of family appears to tie them both right at the start of a story, and there is a contrast between them. Loved by his mother, hated by her mother, which is made abundantly clear here. He's already great because he was born into this world. If only had the courage to kill this girl. Those were my mother's first words to me. Let's go here. Eren, Mikasa, survive, don't go, and her, if only you've never been born. Those are my mother's last words. Shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. The comparison with the first and last words said by their mothers, Carla says that Eren is special and should survive, while her story's mother hates her and wishes she had never been born. Yeah, that is true.
Both of them joined the military for a different purpose. One is fueled by death of his loved ones, the other is trying to survive because she was shunned by her loved ones. I think this was a deal, if I remember correctly. Actually, let me go back to the chapter.
See, that's what happens when you don't fucking read the panels. You forget. Fuck. Dude. Dude, that's why she gave you the panels. And you decided to ignore them, and guess what happened? You forgot. Oh, fucking hell. Fucking hell.
No, it's not there actually. Oh, is it there? I'm way too far away from my monitor to read that. So, anyway.
Bro, how far away from your monitor, dude?
I'm pretty sure it was a deal.
No, it wasn't. Wait, was it a deal? Exactly. It was a deal. It was an ultimatum. Join the military or die. Exactly. It was a deal. Even though we all know it's not really true, because he needs her to do it. He needs her for his plan. Because all his kids are dead, so he needs her for his plan. So, yeah, she thought that, hey, if she listened to him, she'll be free. But we all know that's not true, because she'll always be constant surveillance by the government. Because he needs the founding titan. He doesn't know he doesn't know who the founding titan, he doesn't know what happened. Uh he doesn't know who actually has it, because obviously the Bush is dead at that point. So he doesn't know exactly who has the founding titan. So this is it's her optimism here. It's her thoughts here. We all know it's not true. Because Rod needs her to be the next founding titan, because he doesn't want to be controlled by the will of the king.
She made it. I don't think that she was doing it to survive.
Yes, she did. Well, it was it make first of all, it made it seem he manipulated her into thinking it was a deal, but we all know it's not. As the chapters kept going, it was not a deal, because she would never be free, because his plan was to make her the founding titan, and therefore if she's just the founding titan, she'll be under the will of the king, and therefore she will have no will of her own, and she'll be under his control. So yeah, her Rod did make a proposal, but he said it in a way that makes it seem like a proposal. But we all know with future chapters, it's not. She was never going to be free. He lied to her.
Like her father told her she had to do that.
He lied to her.
The idea of a family appears to tie them both right at the start of the story. Again, Mikasa is the most family oriented. In fact, if you look at the character.
No, that's not true. Because every time, Eren always goes back to that day, to when his mother died, and he was powerless. In chapter 131, when he sees a pregnant woman walking by, he thinks about his mother and how his mother would think about him doing the rumbling. Dude, don't say, no, that's not true. Mikasa is not the top priority here. His mother is. What his mother said about him contributes to his ideology. Eren's ideology is everyone is free because they were born. Where did he get that from? His mother.
Attributes to the characters, they will have like special ones. So like, see, I'm forgetting, but forgetting. So they would have like some intelligence, strength, whatever, and then they would have like an extra one that goes like specifically for that person. And Mikasa's one that's specific is just for her. The attribute instead is just for her is love for family, which is surprise is a 10 out of 10. So talking about the idea of family, that fits Mikasa way more than it fits the story. What's to you?
Oh my god. That's not what it's such a fucking idiot. That is not what she is saying. She is saying the idea of I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Hold on. Is this my okay? Yeah, it's just the visual thing. That is not what she's saying. She is saying the idea it connects with both of them. You are an idiot. That's not what she is saying. She is saying the idea of family connects them. She's not saying that when Eren thinks about family, he thinks about her story. That's not true. That's not what she's saying. She's saying the idea of family is connecting the two characters. Dude. And he makes fun of Serenity for having reading comprehension. You are a hypocrite. Because anything, you don't have it. Because she's saying the idea of family connects them. That doesn't mean that when Eren thinks about family, he thinks about Historia. No, that's not true. Fucking hell.
The idea of family appears to tie them both at the start of the story, and there's a contrast between them, loved by his mother, hated by her mother, which is made abundantly clear.
Yes.
First word he's already great, versus I can't see this, but this is pretty sure she says.
Just fucking zoom in. Bro, press on the image to zoom it in. It is not that hard to do. Press this, then if you can't see it properly, zoom in. It's not that hard to do. Oh no, man. Bro, even I can read it like this. But you want to see it clearly? Zoom in. Dude, no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way, dude. Zoom in. It's not that hard to do. You don't know how to do it? Google is here. Google is here. Or maybe do this. Open page in a new tab, right? And then press zoom in. It is not that hard to do. How are you this illiterate in terms of freaking computers? Dude, it's not that hard to do. Let me show you again. Right click, open image in new tab. Bam. Then do this. See a little magnifying glass? Bam, zoom in. It is not that hard to do. Dog. Wow, man. What the fuck? Ugh. Let's keep going, man.
Airports in this world. See this right here. This is another thing. This is a great example of contrast that I did not know in the story. This is why even if someone is 70% wrong, that 30% that you didn't know, that 30% extra analysis that you could have gotten, that you wasted because you didn't like the ship, you wasted it. So now because I'm open-minded, because I read everything, now I get this wonderful little insight, even though I disagree with the ship. So yeah, this is a great catch here. Excellent. Bravo, Isayama. And
Bravo, Isayama. Yes, that is true. Bravo, Isayama. But what about bravo for her for figuring that out? Bravo for her and everyone else to figure that he figured that out. Give credit to her. You know what? I'm giving credit to her. Lily, thank you so much for showing this. Because for me personally, I did not notice at first until a year ago. So thank you so much for showing this to us. Well, to me. There's your credit. Thank you, Lily, for doing this. Jeez, man. But no, you're gonna credit Isayama. Give credit to her too. Cause she actually paid close attention and actually saw this stuff. Credit Lily too. Cause I didn't know about this until I didn't think about this until a year ago. You didn't know until a month ago or whenever you record this damn video. So give credit to Lily too. But no, it's Isayama. Give credit to him.
what did
Jerk. You can give credit to two people. Give credit to her for figuring that out. Yes, you give credit Isayama because he put that there, without ruining the pacing or the fluidity of the story. Yes, that's true. But give credit to Lily for actually piecing it together and figuring that out. You're an asshole, dude. That's all I'm gonna say.
I can't read my monitor's too far away. Alright, so first
Then zoom in. It's not hard to do. Your monitor's too far away. Fucking zoom in. Open page. No tab. Go here. Zoom in. And then guess what? You can move it around. Wow. Is that so fucking hard? You can use the arrow keys to move it around. Wow. Is that so fucking hard? Is that fucking hard to do? It takes 2 seconds to do. Dude.
Last words. Eren makes us survive. Earth is civilian born to this world. The comparison of the first and last words to the mother's Eren. Carla says that Eren is special and he should survive, while Historia's mother hates her and wishes she was born.
That's true.
This doesn't seem important to some of you, but these are two.
No, I'm reading it. I'm reading it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll read it more thoroughly so you don't fucking skim through it and make any fucking dumb things. Okay. This doesn't seem important to some of you, but these two life-changing experiences, death of a mother, happen to both characters at the same time, which I find very interesting. The chain of events also bring them to meet as cadets. If Historia was accepted by her family, she would have went with Reiss into hiding, and it's quite possible both of them would have never ever crossed paths. That's true. If her father truly accepted her, yeah, exactly. She went into hiding as well, instead of going to the military. Exactly, that's true. That's true.
Happened to both characters at the same time, which I find interesting. I think that it's at the same time on accident, just by coincidence when the wall fell. That was when Kenny had to show up. So I think it's actually a coincidence and not meant to be thematic. But the words, the line, the dialogue, however, I think are actually definitely supposed to be on purpose. The chain of events also brings them to meet as cadets. That's true. If Historia was accepted by her family, she would have gone with Rod to hide, and quite possibly both of them would never cross paths. Frida and Armin. Now I said that Eren didn't have any siblings, and I was in the back of my mind thinking, okay, well, Frida could be Armin, and yeah, here we are.
Let me read it. Okay, both of them had a lonely childhood. Historia had been severely bullied by kids her age and never left the farm to socialize because of it. And meanwhile, Eren had never made friends, being an outcast due to his bratty behavior. Fortunately, the two of them both had a person who inspired them and gave them joy, and that was Frida in Historia's case, and Armin in Eren's case. That is true. That is true.
So Frida is apparently the Armin character.
Yes. And then guess who take place? Ymir and Mikasa will have the same role, and then Frida and Armin have the same role. Exactly. Boom. I read the article, so I know the connection she's gonna make to two characters. That's true.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go.
Both of them had a lonely childhood. I would disagree with that.
How? Eren didn't have any friends until he was 9. And even Grisha said it to him. You never had me, you never make any friends. That is true. Eren didn't have friends until at 9 when he met Armin. Eren did not have friends for the first 9 years of his life until he met Mikasa and Armin. That is true. Even Grisha even told him that you don't have any friends. That is true. They both had a lonely childhood, which is true.
I would disagree with that.
Okay, can you give us a reason, or are you just gonna say it just for the hope of saying it? Because it is true. It is true.
Historia has been severely bullied by kids her age. Was she severely bullied?
Yes, she has, dumbass. People threw rocks at her. She was bullied. Have you not read the story? Dude. She has been rocks throwing at her. She has been bullied. She has been bullied by kids her age. Getting literal rocks thrown at you. Getting stoned. Not smoking weed, but getting like stoned like as a punishment. Getting thrown with freaking rocks thrown at you. Yes, she has been bullied. Yes.
I don't think she was severely bullied.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was. She was trying to socialize, seeing some kids hanging out, and they threw rocks at her. She was bullied.
I think she was just picked on. I'm not about severely bullied.
That's literally same fucking thing. That's the same fucking thing. She was picked on to the point that she was bullied. So how did she get rid? How did she stay away from the bullying? She stayed home. That's why she never left the farm, because she kept on being picked on. It's the same fucking thing.
Maybe. I mean, it's been a while since I read Uprising arc, and the last time I consumed Uprising arc, I watched it, and obviously watching is an inferior way of consuming it. So maybe she was severely bullied. I don't remember her being severely bullied. And had never left the farm socialized because of it.
You don't know because you haven't gone back, so you don't know. You can't make any counter arguments now because you don't even know. You don't even know. So
Those are
you
controlling
have nothing to
parents.
say.
And meanwhile, yeah, wasn't she being bullied because she would never leave the farm? Anyway,
Are you stupid? No, she never left the farm because she was being bullied, not the other way around.
I think this is a very small nitpick. Eren had
How is that a nitpick? That's legitimately a thing in her backstory. That's not a nitpick. That's legitimately a part of her backstory. She stayed in the farm because she was bullied. That's not a nitpick. Give me a fucking break. Then you want to say 131 and chapter 50 and all this and the fucking cutscene and all that bullshit. Come on, dude.
never made any friends because being considered as an outcast due to his bratty behavior.
That's true.
Fortunately, the two of them both.
That's funny how you know Eren's backstory but not Historia's. I mean, if you were going to, if you were planning to counter argument, shouldn't it be best if you're going to be prepared? At least know Historia's backstory before you don't, so you make an assumption that's a nitpick.
Had a person who inspired them and gave them joy. This was Frida in Historia's case and Armin in Eren's case.
Yes, that's true. What?
He actually met Mikasa first. And that I know for fact.
Nope, that's not true. He met Armin first, then Mikasa. Because y'all know Mikasa was always with Eren. That's not true. That is not true. Mikasa is always with Eren. Always. So no. He met Armin first, then he met Mikasa. Yes, he met them at the same age, but timeline-wise, it was Armin first, then you can argue a few days or a few weeks or a few months, then Mikasa. No, it was Armin first. We all know Mikasa doesn't leave Eren's side. So if Eren was if that was the case, wouldn't it be Mikasa, Armin, Eren reading the book at that time? Wait, where is it here? Where is it here? Where is it here? Where is it here? Where is it? 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 Right here. Okay, this is backing up the kids, the bullying part. Right here. Okay. And then we have, where is it? Okay. Eren knew he wasn't free. Kid version. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here. There it is. Open up image, a new tab. Not that hard to do. Oh God, why is it like that? But you can easily make it up here. Where's Mikasa here? It's Armin and Eren right here. Armin's here, Eren's here. Where's Mikasa? Mikasa doesn't like being doesn't like also Mikasa does not like being uh far away from Eren. We know that for a fact. So where's Mikasa in this picture here? No, that means that Eren met Armin first, then he met Mikasa later. I'll try to guess give my a better picture. Hold on, let me just get a better picture. Cause that's pretty that is pretty bad quality. Open page in the tab. Where's Mikasa here? It's not that anything strange for a kid 8 or 9 years old. So he met Armin first. Okay, do this one here. Why you do that? Okay, well it's a little blurry, but you can clearly make it out. It's a far shot. Where's Mikasa in this picture? So no, he met Armin first, then Mikasa. Then he saved Mikasa. So yeah, it's true. It's factual. He met Armin first. Chronologically, it's Armin, then Mikasa.
He met Mikasa first. Mikasa.
No, it wasn't. It was Armin.
If supposedly Mikasa was never his lover, then Mikasa would be his first friend.
That's not true. What? Are you serious?
He met Mikasa first. Mikasa. If supposedly Mikasa was never his lover, then Mikasa would be his first friend.
That's not true. I'm done. I am done. I'm done. I'm done. Let me repeat. I want to hear it one more time to make sure I'm not fucking going. That I'm not going crazy right now. Did he say that? Just you said that. Oh, well, Mikasa's not her lover, so that means that Mikasa is Eren's first friend. Okay. Let me hear. Make sure I'm hearing that correctly.
He met Mikasa first. Mikasa. If supposedly Mikasa was never his lover, then Mikasa would be his first friend.
That's not fucking true. That doesn't make fucking sense. Just because. Mm, mm, oh, oh, dude, no fucking way, dude, dude, no, no fucking way, dude. One more time, one more time, one more time, one more time,
Fact.
one more time, one more time, one more time.
He met Mikasa first. Mikasa. If supposedly Mikasa was never his lover, then Mikasa would be his first friend.
How? Are you fuck? How does that? How does that even make any fucking sense? So she doesn't love her. So that means she has to be his first friend? No. Yo. I'm not even an hour. I'm not even half an hour to this fucking video. And I'm moving as a VOD. I'm gonna call. I'm gonna add him. I'm gonna at him. So you guys anything to date for this fucking dumb fucking shit. What the fuck? Supposedly. So Mikasa's not his love. Just because Mikasa is not his love interest, she has to be the first friend. Where the fuck do you get that dumbass logic? You don't have to be. Oh no, my goodness. How does that correlate with anything? My best friend wasn't even my first friend. I met my best friend in literally the beginning of well, in grade 7, which is in US middle school, but for me it was counted as high school. But let's just use US for a second. Beginning of middle school. I did not have a concrete first best friend until middle school. I had friends in elementary, but I never really considered them my best friends like that. Both until I went to middle school is when I actually had my first ever best friend. It doesn't mean anything. What does timeline have to do with having a stronger relationship or having a stronger friendship? That timeline has nothing to do with that. I've had friends I known since elementary, and we're not friends like that anymore. It doesn't matter how long you've known the person. You could know a person for like 10 years and still be acquaintances with them. The strength of a friendship does not equal to the time length that you know that person. It's just it's just how it usually works. It's usually how it works. But that's just not the case. So no, Eren met Armin first. That is true. That is chronologically what happened, because if that was the case, would have saw Mikasa with Eren when Armin showed the book. But no, it was just Eren. Therefore, Eren met Armin first, and then maybe a couple days or a couple weeks, or maybe it could be at least a day later or some shit. Grishin brought Eren to Mikasa's home, and then all that shit happened. No, Eren met Armin first. That is a fact. Then it was Mikasa. Because you all know Mikasa loves staying by Eren's side. She detests whenever she's too far away from Eren. So clearly, by that logic, we know for a fact that Eren knew Armin before Mikasa. Because you all know, since they were kids, Mikasa never left Eren's side, always around Eren. Whenever you see Eren, Mikasa's around somewhere. So no, from how we know how the characters act, we know for a fact that Eren met Armin first and befriended him first. That is true.
And in which case, Mikasa would be in the freeder role, and then this whole ship analysis just falls. This
How? You're such a fucking dumbass. It doesn't matter who the characters met first is the character's personality. Frida and Armin share a similar personality. They have parallels that show commonality. Both Frida and Armin are idealistic. Frida, she's idealistic on how a female should be. Armin is idealistic on exploration, how freedom is. They're both idealistic. It doesn't matter who met who first. It's how the personalities match each other. Fucking idiot. I swear, man. I swear I can't stand people like him. I can't stand people like him. Cause right now you're nitpicking. Cause you're saying, oh well, he never met she met Mikasa first, so therefore me. No, it doesn't matter. She's saying personalities and how their personalities fit a similar role in Eren and Historia's life respectively. Frida was like the Armin to Historia. That's a fact. Because both Armin and Frida have idealistic views on a subject. For Frida, it's about being how being a female or being just being a person, and then Armin is the idealistic view of freedom. They share the exact same roles. Dude, what the fuck, man?
At least this portion fell apart.
No, it doesn't. It's all
Freedom's
about, it's calling it the personalities of the characters. Not the time when they meet dumb ass.
the person who's responsible for Historia's Krista's persona.
Yes, that's true.
Frida was the person who was responsible for Historia's Krista persona.
Read, yeah, exactly. See, that's what happens when you read too fucking fast. You skip words, nigga. Frida was the person who was responsible for Historia's Krista persona because she has shown Historia a book in her childhood which inspired her to act like the girl from the book who was kind and always thinking of others. The book in question represents a girl offering an apple to a cloaked figure, represented as the devil, and the moment is also shown at the beginning of Ymir's backstory in 122. But I'll open that can of worms much later. You see, bro? Just take your time. Take your time and read it, bro. I mean, your video is over a little over 3 hours long. Clearly, you don't have to hurry to go anywhere. Take your time. Why are you rushing? Just take your time and read the article. Or read the analysis, man. You're not being rushed. I mean, you have a 3 hour video. So clearly there's nothing that's gonna be done. You have nothing to do. So just take your time and read it, dude. And get a better mic too. That's also my advice as well.
Historia book in her childhood which inspired her to act like the girl from the book who was kind of thinking of others.
That's true. Because it wasn't Rod that gave it a Krista persona. It was Rod Reiss that just gave it a name. But hey, but she matched that with the persona. Because hey, my dad gave me Krista. My dad gave me the name Krista, and then the book carried the name Krista, so I'll just act like her. Boom.
Book in question represents a girl offering an apple to a cloaked figure, represents the devil in that moment is
Yes, it is.
also shown as the beginning of the Ymir's backstory in 122.
Yes.
I'll open that can of worms later. See this right here.
How? What?
Which you will open up later. This right here, the Ymir stuff. I think this is the stuff that actually is some of the best parts. We're trying to ship Eren and Historia.
You are saying that it's heavily based on just a parallel. That is not the foundation of what Hiryu is based off of. It's just it's just adding on to the foundation. That's not the go-to. That is not the go-to when Eren and when we talk when EA ships happen. That's not what we go to. Sure, it's much more popular because obviously symbolism and all that shit. That is true. Yes. Okay, I will agree that is partially true. But there's more to the relationship than a fucking parallel. That's all I have to say. What he said, what Beluga said is partially true. Yes, it is a big moments. Yes, that's true. That is a big connection. That is true. But there's more to it than just that.
The whole reason why Eren Historia doesn't work is because of
What?
what happened. It relation to Ymir.
No. No, 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 no. Because we never got a definitive fucking answer on that. Because the girl in the book, right? She looks an awfully lot like Ymir in the backstories. Is that a coincidence or is that a nitpick I had to get at now? Is that a nitpick? I mean, the girl in the book looks awfully lot like Ymir. I mean, let's go. Let's go on chapter 122. Let's go on chapter 122. But it's 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. Can you imagine it had 1 fucking thousand chapters? Um, but anyways, well, let me go here. Isn't it a little? I mean, the girl looks awfully similar. Sure, she's got the headband, but the hairstyle? I mean, Ymir has a hairstyle when she's a kid. See, look, long hair with bangs, just like this one, long hair with bangs. Sure, she didn't have the headband. Sure, she didn't have the little apron shit on her thing. But if you look at it close, that's just Ymir. The dress, the hairstyle, the length of the hair. That's funny because why start off with Historia's backstory here? If you're trying to show Ymir's backstory, that means that there's a connection. There's a connection here. I like being this girl, and puts focuses on her, slowly dives into Ymir's backstory. This is why people say that Historia paralleling Ymir makes much more sense. Because how he paneled it is giving us something. It's like, oh, I like being this girl, which and it slowly goes into Ymir's backstory. Hey, what do I know, right? I don't know. I guess I'm misinterpreting it then. I must have a mental deficiency, but please, Beluga, please give me some knowledge, because I'm surely lacking in it. I'm surely lacking in knowledge.
So if we can somehow say that Negan's relation to Ymir was retcon, that was
It
originally
is. It is. It's not a retcon. It's a shoehorn because it came out of fucking nowhere. There was never a moment where Mikasa parallels Ymir in any chapter until 139. It's not even retcon. It's a shoehorn. Because it was never uh 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 um the seeds were never planted before.
Supposed to be connected to Historia.
Yes.
Then you're on the thematic. So now you're talking.
You're on the thematics too, dumbass. Because you're saying that, okay, first of all, I don't know how short your memory is, because you literally said, oh, Mikasa loving Eren is AEM is better because it fits into the message, it fits into the theme. Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, no.
There you're doing like petty things like development, and now you're talking about the actual important stuff like themes, right?
Again, for me, I don't care about fucking themes. Themes are not important to me. Okay? What made much why what made me ship Eren and Historia was the story. And then the parallels and the themes added to it. It was a source material that led. Again, I'm saying right now, if Eren and Historia relationship was never developed or shown, no one would have a problem. That is not the issue. The themes, we're not focused on the themes. It's what the source material gives us. That's the foundation. Then the themes and the parallels and the contrast similarities add on to that. Eren and the story have a stronger foundation because there are moments in the story with them being together and their relationship progressing and the friendship getting stronger. We see it we see it literally how a relationship goes. We saw them from being acquaintances to Historia asking Eren about having kids, about her having a kid. We see that. That's why many people shipped it because the source material gave us that. Isayama wrote that. And then when we took a deep dive into it, we actually started matching up the themes and how characters parallel and all that shit. Dude, you can't have a theme as a foundation because the theme it can be put for any story. Dude, that's not why people shipped it, dude. And if it wasn't for Isayama writing that like that, then no one have any problem. No one have any problem about Eren and his story. Nobody will be shipping them. But the fact that Isayama wrote it like that, and wrote the relationship like that, and shown us how the relationship slowly progressed to the point where when Eren and Zeke were talking about when Zeke was talking about Mikasa's love for Eren, Eren was thinking back at the moments where thinking about the moment in chapter 130 when Zeke was talking to Eren about Mikasa's love for Eren. Eren was thinking about Historia and the conversation that he had with her. Wouldn't it make sense that if Zeke was talking about Mikasa and he really loved Mikasa, shouldn't he think about Mikasa? But no, he's thinking about Historia in that moment about her having her of his opinion of her having a child. Why would he think that? And then he says, lives continue after I die. And then we see him cutting off his leg. And bro, that's because of Isayama. We think that Erehisu is better because of Isayama. It's Isayama's fault that we think this way because he wrote it that way, dude.
And so now that's now a compelling argument to me because it's more logical. So I'm excited to get into that.
Exactly. Logic, story, logic over themes. That's how you should be thinking. That's how you should be thinking. Not themes or exactly. That's why people like Erehisu more, because logically it makes sense. Dude.
And I've seen many propaganda posters of
Propaganda.
comparing, the Historia to Yeager, and we will.
How is that propaganda? I'm done. Alright, I'm done. I'll continue this video tomorrow. I'm done. I'm actually legitimately done. I'll timestamp this. I'm done. Okay. Propaganda. Proper fucking ganda. Okay, I'm done. I am done. I'm done. I'm not done. I'm not going anymore. It's 3 o'clock. I'm tired. I'm done. I am done. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way you just said it's propaganda. No, 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 no. No, no, no. You saying that Isayama just put it in a red herring for no fucking reason. But yet you think Eren Mikasa makes so much more sense, even though there's literally nothing, barely anything there. There's objectively nothing there. Dude, I'm done. I am done. New vid. I'll put a VOD of Dissidia tomorrow. I have some VODs of Dissidia up, not up, but I have three VODs of Dissidia, in my downloads. I'm just checking, make sure everything is a-okay with the video. Make sure no desync of anything. So that's why it's taking a little longer than usual. But I'm done. Honestly, I'm done. I want to keep going to a 330, but I fear that I might punch something or just throw my headphones and break my headphones or something. Like I'm honestly like scared because I'm afraid that like I'm just gonna be running into the same arguments over and over again. And how you just say thematically it's this and this and no. Know why people say Eren History is better is because logically it makes sense, and how Isayama wrote it strengthens that opinion, strengthens the ship. And it's so funny too. It's so funny how the second Eren's response to a question is never shown. We have to assume it's never actually shown. The second half of the conversation is never shown in the source material. It's funny. It is so funny. I actually wonder how he's gonna have his opinion on this shit. I'm actually wondering because the Eren's response to that question is never shown. We have to assume based off all the other chapters. Let's okay. Okay. I'm gonna take some water. I'm running out of water. Fuck. Fuck. Good sip. I'm gonna take a relax. Deep breath. I'm gonna go into a 330. If he makes any more stupid counter arguments, I'm gonna end the stream and I'm gonna do it tomorrow or Monday. Well, actually, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, so it's still Sunday. Well, later on during the day or tomorrow. I'm gonna keep going until 3:30. I'll try my best to go until 3:30. It's 3:12 right now, 18 minutes. If he says any more stupid points, I'm ending the stream and I'll do it next time. Let's go. Please. Whew. Shit. Oh, sorry, my bad. It's on my finder. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Please. Please.
We'll certainly talk about that later. And
Let's go back. I want to hear the full argument.
important stuff like to be connected to Historia. then you're on the thematic. So now you're talking.
No, you're on the thematics because when we think about Eren and the story, how it makes sense, we think logically and how the story is written, how Isayama paneled everything. That's how we think Eren and the story is better. It's just the thematics it strengthens that, but that's not the reason. It's the source material. It's what Isayama wrote and showed us. That's why we think this way. So no, it's not onto the thematics. And in anything, you're onto the thematics. Cause all cause cause the EH foundation is stronger than the EMs. So no, if anything, the EMs are more on thematics than EH. And that's objectively a fact because there's evidence in the source material. Eren and Story have more moments, one on one, all the you see one on one moments. Off panel and on the papers and not off the papers but implied implications, right? Because we know for a fact Jean said that Aaron and the story were having hand holding sessions, but obviously it's not working. So clearly that gives us that implies that Aaron and Historia, their friendship grew even more during that time as well. And if you need proof, I'll give you some proof. Okay. Aaron hand holding sessions. Surfs. Why do I need a surf seat? Right here. Open image in the tab. I have no clue what all this stuff is. Is it still there? There it is. Here. Let's go. Oh, I can go like this. Oh shit. My bad. Here is important. I feel like I've seen that man somewhere myself. That's he's talking about Keith Shaddis. Are you sure your memory's not Dr. Yeager's? I think so. Why don't you try hitting your head against something? That's right. All you've been doing to remember is holding hands of Historia. Maybe what you need is a headbutt from the instructor. Then that gives him the clue to keep Shaddis, and then yeah. But Jean mentions this. Is Jean lying here? Is he lying here? What reason he has to lie? So this is actually a fact. Jean implies that Eren and his story have been holding have been having hand holding sessions, but it just doesn't work. So obviously, it's also implied that they probably had conversations during that time. Or you can also apply you can also imply, but it's actually factually confirmed that Aaron was holding hands with Historia. Jean says that. If Jean didn't say this, then I would if Jean didn't say this, then I would honestly I would be more leaning to agree with Beluga. But the fact that John says this, even though Isam didn't have to write this part, it's implying that Aaron been with Historia one on one. But what I know, right? What do I know? I guess I'm a little mentally deficient by his standards, since me and Serenity share a lot of the same problems. I guess I'm mentally deficient as well. What do I know?
There you're doing away with petty things like development, and now you're talking about the actual important stuff like themes.
No, themes are not important. Themes are not important. Themes don't make a story good. Themes don't make a story good, man. Look at Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer has themes of family and friendship, but it's not a good story. It doesn't really have much. It has poor executed character development. It has logic is out the fucking window on Demon Slayer. Cause I don't know how the fucking government is not knowing anything about demons. There are problems. There are literally storytelling. There are really story. There's logic within the story that doesn't make sense within Demon Slayer. But Demon Slayer does have good themes. It has themes of family, uh, uh, friendship, teamwork. Yeah, but does that make it a good story though? No. Themes do not make a good story. It is the story progression. It is how well it's executed and development of the characters, or if you don't have character development, you at least have character progression and flesh out the character. But even then, that is still character development because you're learning more about the character.
right? And so,
No, themes are not important. Again, my opinion, themes are not important to a story. Having good themes should not be how you view a story. Because you can put any theme or any message to any story, no matter how weak the evidence is, and still think it's good. That's why I don't take him seriously, because he says themes aren't important to a story, which is not true. You should not be liking a story because of the themes. Yes, themes should be added on. It should be an add-on, but it shouldn't be the main reason why you like a story. It shouldn't be the main reason to why a story is good. Because by that logic, every story is good. Because every story has a theme. Themes come after the story. Or after the arc or whatever. Themes should not be your go-to all. No.
so now I've
Because don't forget, themes and messages is what you take from the story. Is what you take from the story. And what the story was trying to represent or something. No. Do not use guys, advice, just advice, please. Do not use themes as to why you like your story. It should be an add-on. It should be an add-on, or like a complementary to why you like a story. It shouldn't be the main reason you like a story, because you can put themes and messages to any story. Okay, guys, just want to spit it out there, dude.
now compelling argument to me because it's more logical. So I'm starting to get
Exactly. Logic over themes. At least he thinks this way. I hope. But then again, EM is more based off of themes than logic, but whatever.
that, and I've seen many propaganda posters of this comparing, the
It's not propaganda. So you're saying fan art is propaganda? You saying what Isayama did was propaganda? Because it isn't correlated to EM in any way, so it's propaganda? Dude,
Historia to Ymir, and we will
that's not propaganda. Because why show her story in Ymir in the same fucking chapter? Why did Isayama panel it the way he did it in 122? Cause he's trying to clue us in a connection. Jeez, man.
most certainly talk about that later.
Yes, because Lily's gonna further elaborate on it. Because right now, the focus of this paragraph is how is the role that Frida and Armin had to Historia and Eren respectively. That's what she said she's gonna open on it much later. So therefore, you can't say any bullshit on, how does this represent this? No. Because the main point of this paragraph is talking about Ymir's, not Ymir's, Frida's and Armin's role to Historia and Eren. That's the main point here. That's why she says she'll open it much later.
And Armin, he's doing a juxtaposition. Armin showing Eren the book and giving him his character, and then
Yes, then Frida did it for Historia.
Frida showing Krista the book and giving her character.
Historia, her name's Historia, not Krista.
Again,
Yeah, again, I admit that's a little nitpick, but her name's Historia. Krista's not real. It's just a persona.
Another great catch that I did not catch before. Very nice.
Yes, because I refused. You actually paid attention to it. And I'll admit too, I did not notice until a year ago. Because a year ago is when I read this. Thank you, Lily. Credit Lily. Please. Does he credit Lily in this? Let's see you credit Lily. Oh, does he credit Lily for actually pointing this out? Fuck you. Honestly, just fuck you. Really. You didn't know about this. Maybe say thank you, Lily, for giving me that knowledge, or thank you, Lily, for pointing that out. But no, thank you, Sayama. Thank you.
Directly free. No.
Yes. Yes. Because at that same fucking chapter, when I saw your book, Armin, I knew I wasn't free. Yes, it is. Oh shit, am I zoomed in? Am I zoomed in, or that's how the thing is? Okay, that's how the thing is. Okay. Right here. I never thought about when it was beyond the walls until then. I'd only spent my days looking at the sky. So he had no clue of freedom here, right? And then here. Where's the books here? Fuck, he doesn't show it. Okay, here. My eyes, right here. Sorry, here. My eyes, yeah. You look like you're having an amazing dream. A dream I couldn't see. That's why I knew for the first time I wasn't free. It was Armin that planted it was Armin that planted the idea of freedom inside his head. Okay, who did? I want to know who the fuck did. Who did? 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 No, it's not. It's not.
Will it come back to bite us? I don't know.
It'll come back to bite you in the ass. Yes. Let's hear it. Who else? Who else? Who else gave the idea of freedom to Eren? Who gave Eren the idea of freedom? It was Armin, because if it wasn't Armin, he wouldn't have thought about freedom. And I hope he actually reads the panels. Please, I understand that he hasn't read the panels yet, but I hope the God that he reads the panels. Let's go.
People thought the walls are forced to be in. This came from Armin showing him a book about the outside world.
Yes, Armin. It's Armin's fault. Because if it wasn't Armin to show him the book, he would not have that idea in his head. That's true.
Again, great catch. Great juxtaposition. Was it on purpose with yams? You never know. The story is so dense you can never tell.
Really? You couldn't tell that? Even though Eren legitimately says that? Look! It reminded me of that day. Right here. Oh my goodness. Lord. Please. Please. Oh my goodness. It reminded me of that day. That time he showed me that book. Okay? And then again, I don't know why, but when I thought about it, thank you, Armin. Bro, it reminded me of that day, the time you showed me that book. He keeps on thinking about the book. throughout the story. So clearly, it was Armin's book that gave him that freedom. It gave him, it implanted the idea that he was not free. That is true.
I think he remembers it before that.
How is it so? How is it so dense that you can't tell? The story literally shows you that. Oh fucking hell! Holy fucking shit! Oh my goodness! That's why. This is why, like, I don't. Even though he says, even though like his DMs, even though his Twitter says he's open for debates and shit, I don't want to debate him because I feel like it's not gonna go anywhere at all. Let's go. Honestly, let's keep
Historia
going.
and Eren were content. No, they were not.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were. They don't care. Eren didn't think about freedom. Eren did not think about freedom until he met Armin. So there. Wait a minute. That proves that he met Armin first. Because how do you have that implement of freedom about why did he save Mikasa if he did not have about that the implement of freedom? It was Armin that gave him to give him the thought of freedom. And yes, Eren and Historia were pretty much like they weren't okay, yes, they weren't content, but they're kind of like, okay, well, we're going with the flow. They weren't really miserable with their lives. That is true. That is true. Because that was the case, Eren would be talking about freedom way before he met Armin. But no, Eren never thought about what's beyond the walls until he saw Armin's book. He didn't care. He didn't care about what was outside the walls. He didn't care. The Historia and Eren were just going with the flow. So yes, that is true. Eren and Historia were content with their lives. They weren't questioning anything about how about anything about any lives about the lives of anything. That is true. You are wrong. You are objectively wrong because he says then I never thought about beyond the walls until then. Clearly, the until then was was Armin showing Eren the book. That's what the until then means. So yes, that is true. It was because of Armin. That
Pretty
is
sure
true.
Historia was not content. Oh, I'm just been disproven. There she is. What is she saying?
Both of you. No. You've been disproven by both of them. What had I done? Why were things this way? There was no one I could ask. The farm was my whole world. The animals on my farm were only my friends. Most of my days were spent doing farm work, but the work helped me forget about my loneliness. Sure, she did have questions, but she never strived to figure out why. She was pretty content with her not in her life. Sure, she had questions, but she never strived to get them answered. She never strived to the answers. Just like Eren here. He never thought about what was beyond the walls. Sure, he probably had questions about, well, he said no, he never thought about what was beyond the walls, so therefore he legitimately said he didn't really think about it. It was just how things were, and they were okay with it. It was just how things were, so like, okay, whatever. This is how things are, whatever, that's okay. That is true for both of them, not just Historia. Both of them, yes.
Oh, what have I done? This way. There's no one I can ask. The work helped help me forget my loneliness. Yeah, I don't think she was content. You just mentioned how she was quote unquote severely bullied, and then she said that she had to cope with her loneliness. Eren was
Yes, exactly. Who you are. I'm done. I'm done. I am fucking done. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it next time. I'm done. Cause and effect. Have you not heard that? Because of her getting bullied, she was lonely. Because that her family never talked to her or never even played with her, she was lonely. Yo. Yo. Dude. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, man. Because she got bullied, because there was no one no one, she had no one to talk to, because she was bullied and she got ignored by her family, she was lonely. Cause and effect. You don't know what that fucking is? Same thing here. Eren never thought about the walls until Armin showed her the book. Because of Armin showing him the book, the effect it gave a great Eren effect on him to that now you know he's not free. Cause and effect. Her getting bullied, and her being known by her family correlates to her loneliness. It causes her loneliness. Dude.
actually Eren was a perfectly fine individual. He had a loving family. He had a bed to sleep in. He had food to eat. He had.
So did Historia. So did Historia. She had a home. She had a home. That's not the issue here. Was Historia poor? Is Historia talking about being poor? No. She's talking about her being lonely. Yes, Historia had a food. Historia had food on. She had a shelter, food on her back, a shelter, a roof over her head. But she was lonely because she couldn't talk to anyone. And whenever she did, it was either getting bullied or getting ignored. Historia had the same exact thing. Dude.
Place to go to. There was no issue with Eren. Eren was fine. Historia.
Exactly. They were living normal lives. She did not say that they were living the same exact way, in the same exact situation. They were living normal lives. Getting bullied is normal. It's bad, but it's normal. People get bullied all the time. Is it good? No, but it's normal. Being distant with family members, that is normal. Sometimes that is true. That's true. People can be distant with relatives. That is normal. Is it a good thing? Obviously, depends on the situation, but it's normal. Just like crime. Crime is normal in our world. Is it good? No, it's not, but it's normal. So, yes, Eren and Historia were both living normal lives. Yes, they were.
On the other hand, I
What?
don't think you could say that she had a content child beforehand.
Oh my god. What she is saying, is that they were okay in the comfort zone. Was Historia happy that she was getting bullied? No. She was happy doing farm work. Historia was fine. Just just spending on the farm. She was okay with that. If she wasn't okay with just spending her days on the farm, wouldn't she have done many more attempts to jump over the fence? No, she didn't. She was okay being stuck being on the farm and only on the farm. Because if she wasn't content of being with staying on the farm, wouldn't she have tried to escape over jump over the gate, jump over the fence many times? So yes, she was content at she wasn't her child wasn't all fully content, but she was fine at where she was at. She was fine as just being on the farm. Eren was fine with being inside the walls. Cause that's just how things are. That's not her point. Her point is that Historia was fine being living on the farm and staying at the farm and only at the farm. Yes, Historia's happy childhood is not a good childhood. She's been bullied, she was neglected. That is true. But she was fine with just living on the farm and not going anywhere. If she wasn't, she had way more attempts on leaving. And right? And who's stopping her? Her grandparents don't care. Her mother doesn't care. So nobody's stopping her. So why didn't she have, if she wasn't content of being in the farm, there would have been much more attempts of her leaving. Dude, that's not her point.
And see, this is again
How?
slight misunderstanding of the characters. That
No, it's not. Because you're missing her fucking point, dumb shit. The point was she was fine of being in the farm. That's what she was okay with. She was okay with staying on the farm and only on the farm. Right? Who's gonna stop her? Sure, you say yeah, Frida stopped her, but Frida's not is not good. I'm pretty sure Frida's not there all the time. Frida's not there 24/7. So she can just leave when Frida is not around. Frida's not there 24/7. So she can if she was content of being on the farm, she would have left when Frida was not there. Or maybe she would have left in the middle of the night. But she didn't because she was okay and she was happy where she was being, taking care of the animals. That's what made her happy. She was fine as of being on the farm. Dude. Again, yeah, I think if she said it was fine or um yeah, I think again that could be a missed thing on Beluga, but by the context we know that they're fine with it. They're fine with being where they at. But he puts so much emphasis on the content.
that explodes into this whole thing, which is why I keep preaching. You need to understand the story perfectly.
She no do you know that do you understand the story perfectly? Do you? Apparently you do, right? Again, not to displease you, but I mean you did call Serenity, you accuse of Serenity of having a nationalist agenda, political agenda, or pushing his agenda. You accuse Serenity of having a mental deficiency. So this is why nobody likes any defenders like you, because you think that you know better than everyone else. This that pseudo intellectual bullshit. that, oh, there's so much more than just the source material. You have to think about the philosophies and the different versions of freedom. This is why people like you, people like Invaders, people like Cactus Sash, people like Racer AOT, this is why this is why many people, that's why some people don't fuck with you, because you think you know better than everyone on this pseudo intellectual shit, where it's just not true. And yes, you can say you can argue that for some people on the ending dislike side too, but it's way more prevalent on the defender side. Way more prevalent. So no, nobody understands the story perfectly, but you think you do. You have an inflated ego that you think that you know everything about AOT when you don't. Nobody does except for Isayama. Nobody knows, and nobody knows AOT perfectly. Nobody does. But you think you do. And that's why I'm calling you an asshole. Because first you're assuming people on the IQ level and political views, and then you're trying to be super intellectual. Say, oh well, she doesn't understand she doesn't understand it perfectly. So what does she know? See, you're also gaslighting as well, because for people who share the same view as Lily, do you trying to get them self-doubted? You are also gaslighting. You are a hypocrite. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This pseudo intellectual bullshit, acting like you know everything where you don't. Nobody does. Nobody understands AOT perfectly except for Isayama. And even then, he doesn't understand his story perfectly. Because he's like, in his interviews, oh, in chapter 50, Mikasa maybe wanted a kiss, or shit, Armin, I wish Armin could have found the way. He doesn't even know that nobody does understand AOT perfectly, but you think you do. And that's why I'm calling you an asshole. That's another reason why I'm calling you an asshole. Because you think you know everything, but you don't. Nobody does. Nobody knows anything about AOT. Nobody knows AOT perfectly. Nobody does.
Or I hate to say it, or this might be just dishonest to try to force something.
Just like you. Just like you. Shut the fuck up. Just like you.
You're trying to make a story as childlike as you can.
Just like you. Shut the fuck up. Just like you. Just like Invaders. Shut the fuck up.
To match with Eren's, but in reality, that's actually untrue. With the introduction of Freya and Armin, both of them were pushed towards something.
Yes. Yes, they were.
Again, I like where this is going. This is a great pickup, a great juxtaposition.
Yeah, because she's showing evidence. Because the source material is backing up her points. Again, this pseudo-intellectual bullshit. You think you're smarter than everyone, but you're not. You don't know anything. You don't know AOT more than anybody. Nobody knows AOT perfectly. I don't. Saying Chief doesn't know AOT perfectly. Nobody does, including you.
Of course, I can't read this.
Of course, you can't read it, but you can zoom in. Yo, I don't get it. How do you not know how to fucking zoom in a fucking panel, a fucking photo? Right click, open, look, right click here, open image in new tab, and then you can view it from here, dude. But you know what he's gonna do? He's probably gonna blame it on Lily. He's probably gonna do that. Or make it, or be disingenuous. Just like apparently Lily is. Oh no. I mean, she highlighted it for a reason too. just in case you're blind and can't see, or maybe if you actually had the smarts, you can, zoom in. But again, you don't know how to do that, apparently. Dude.
I mean, I actually memorize these panels.
I don't trust your memory, dude. I do not trust your memory.
So maybe I don't have to read it. Eren talking to Armor, how he inspired.
You need to read it, because it backs up her point more. She's showing that the dialogue in the source material is backing up her point. You need to read it, or else you don't get the full context. You do need to read it. Dude. Dude. She doesn't even know that Historia got rocks thrown at her. Do you think I trust in his memory? To him memorizing these panels? I don't trust his memory for shit, and the video proves that.
How he inspired his strength and Historia wanting to thank Frida for being there when she was alone. Yeah, and the panels are gone, but yeah, that's.
Oh my god! Again, it's not even me. This is his frames dropping like a fucking brick. Whoa! Is my frames dropping? I mean, it looks pretty. I mean, there's no dropped frames. It's just there's no frames that got skipped. No skipped frames. Just it's varying up and down, which is good. It's 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 being consistent.
That's basically what's going on. And you may have noticed I've inserted the image at the beginning.
Is that me? But no, because the time is going on the same. That could be just me. Hold on.
Historia wanting to thank Frida for.
Hold on, that could be just me. Let me try. If that's me, then my bad.
I mean, I actually memorize these panels, so maybe I don't have to read it.
Maybe you don't have to, maybe you do. You forgot that Historia got bullied as a kid by getting a rocks thrown at her. So yes, you do need to read those panels to understand her point and how her point backs and how this source backs up her point.
Pick up the word juxtaposition. Of course I can't read this.
Okay, no, that's him. That's him having his slow ass frames. Okay, good to know.
Inspired his strength and Historia
That's not me, it's him.
wanting to thank Frida for being there when she was alone. Yeah, and the panels are gone, but yeah, that's basically what's going on. They may have noticed.
It's not me, it's him. Please. Let me go on my phone actually. I'll watch the video. I'll see the video on my phone to see if it's actually me. Because it could be actually me. If it's me, I apologize for assuming, but I want to make sure that's actually not me. Nope, it's him. It's him. So he could have even bothered to, trying to fix it. Like, I mean, I guess the audio is more. I guess the audio at this time is most important. So whatever. I get at this point.
Notice I've inserted the image at the beginning of the entire section.
But then again, man, really, really, man, you couldn't at least pause the recording and then do another take and continue. Really? I mean, I understand that he's recording, so maybe he's not. Maybe he has like one monitor, and then like he's not seeing the recording. But you can just do window capture or application capture, because when you do window capture, it doesn't show the OBS. Right now, I'm on OBS, but you can't see it because I'm on a window capture. When I record something, I use window capture. So that way, if I can see that my frames are dropping, it's not interrupting the video. Again, I mean, he doesn't know how to fucking zoom in, so why would I think he knows how to fucking do that, right? Again, for me, I didn't know how to do that first, but hey, practice makes perfect, dude. I learned from my user YouTube how to record and still check if my video is still fluid or not. It is not that hard to do. But then again, He doesn't even check if this audio is synced to the video. He doesn't even check if the microphone is good. He doesn't know how to zoom in on panels. So how would I rely on him to know how to do simple, just simple, just simple recording stuff? I guess I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Where Historia and
Oh,
Yeager were daydreaming, points out they were living quite normal yet boring lives. No, they were not. Historia's being actively oppressed and persecuted. What do you
hmm? Are you stupid? Why was she being persecuted? Let me switch it up. I don't want him. I don't want him to get you guys in the wrong thing. Persecutes. Institute legal proceedings against a person or organization. Persecute has a simile to taking them to court. Dude, if you don't know the meaning of the word, don't say it. Because that's not what persecute means. Persecute is taking legal action against someone. Dude, no. No, 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 no. Okay, let's see. Oppressed. Oppro. I don't care. I don't fucking care. I don't really. Opposed, oppressed. Oppression. Subjects to harsh or authoritarian treatment. Okay, yes. She said oppressed correctly, right? 'Cause it says to uh keep down, ill treated, walk all over. Yeah, it's basically misused, victimized. But yeah, she was oppressed. But again, that's not her fucking point, dumb shit. Her point was that Historia was fine of being where she was at, which was in the farm. If she was not content of being in the farm, she would have left, or had at least had she would have had multiple attempts on leaving. She only had two, if I'm correct. The first one, no. Did she have two? Yeah, okay. From what we she had two. The first one, Frida yelled at her. No, that's the first one. But the one example is one that Frida yelled at her, and the second one, she got rocks thrown at her. But she only had two attempts. If she was not happy with being in the farm, she would have had way more attempts than just two. But again, that's not her point. She's not saying that her story had a happy childhood. No. The point here was that her story was fine, just being in the farm and going with the flow and living her life. That's it. Because if she wasn't happy, she would have had multiple, way more than two, multiple attempts on leaving. Because who's stopping her? Her mother doesn't care about her, her grandparents don't care about her. So she could have left any time and it wouldn't really matter. So that's not her point here.
mean? Like,
What do you mean? She's not saying that they lived a happy childhood. That is not her point.
she was actually in a horrible family.
Okay, I'm gonna continue this point because I'll always point out my points. There's no reason to get mad and react to it again.
And she said that the farm work helped her forget about her loneliness. So she had a loneliness problem that she coped with occasionally by farming. Eren had no such issue. He did whatever he wanted to do. He had a great family. I already mentioned that. This video's been long enough for him.
But that still proves her point. She's proving the contrast and the similarities. Let her prove the please, please, Lord. She is showing the contrast and the similarities. Historia had a bad childhood, yes, but she was okay with it. It was just how things were. And she didn't do anything to change that. She never kept trying because every time she tried to leave, she would get bullied or she would get yelled at by Frida. But you have to realize that Frida is not there 24/7 because Frida sneaks out. She sneaks out of the home to see Historia. So that means that Frida is not able to see her every day. That means that Historia has so much more opportunities to leave. But she doesn't. She doesn't bother to try. Because for her, that's just how life was. And she didn't do anything about it.
I don't want to make it longer. Okay. Before being introduced to Armin in Historia's case, remembering Frida. The way that Eren talks about Armin's dream, chapter 73, it almost appears that Eren would have been living aimlessly if it was not for Armin appearing and ranting about the world outside the walls.
That's true. That is true. That is true. I hope. Wait a minute. Was this the? Yeah. He better go back to and read this because it shows that. Look here. Right here. My eyes. Oh my God! Please don't. Okay. Thank you. My eyes. Look. Yeah. You look like you had an amazing dream. A dream I couldn't see. As I knew for the first time I wasn't free. And he appreciates Armin for helping him, for reminding him of that. Ah, but again, what do I know, right? What do I know?
Wow.
What? What? What?
I don't
What?
think it appears that way. I think you have from school. Well.
You can't. No, 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 no. Oh my goodness. If anything, School Cats backs up her point, her point, because Eren, the whole. Okay, I actually have the thing here. I actually have the bookmark here because I'm using for reference or something. Here, right here. Regular person, not any particular crowds or nerds, no dreams or ambitions. Schoolcast backs up Lily's statement, which is true. It is true. That is
We
true.
know what happened if Armin wasn't shown Armin's book.
What will happen? Can you tell us? But no, he assumes that we think the same way he does. I'm done. All right. It's 4 o'clock. I'm done. I am. Oh, I want to be done. But his stupidity makes me entertained. So I will keep going until he says another thing that is just aimlessly stupid. So yes, Schoolcast backs that up. Schoolcast backs it up because he's nothing in particular. He has no dreams or ambitions. He's going on his life, going with the flow. And if you're wondering why I have it as a bookmark, don't worry about it. It's a reference for something. Oh, decisive laughter.
As it can be said by Historia, was unaware that she was unable to leave the form because of Frida. During the moment of hesitation where she was brought to inject herself with a tiny chair, Historia recalled her sister yelling at her across the fence. Hey girl, you're gonna try the good deed, aren't you? Did I just tell you we went across the fence? What chapter is it? 52?
66.
66?
Yes. Again, I'm not. Don't. No. Don't try to use your memory to try and discredit it or nothing, because your memory is fucking poor. You didn't even know that the story was getting Fox thrown at her, even though that's a big part. That's literally a pretty important part in her backstory, because it's referenced in the future chapters about the farmer and all that shit. So no way you didn't fucking know. You just didn't bother to care. Continue.
Yeah, see, so she's imprisoned in this farm. As I said, she couldn't leave the fence. It's the kid.
Yeah, but she didn't try. She didn't go against it. She was okay with it. She submitted. Like Levi said. Eren is a monster, not because of his power, because he refuses to submit. He refuses to give up. Her story at that time, she gave up. She said she'd been told not to cross the fence. She's not gonna do it. After all, she learned from the book that Krista is a nice girl. And being nice is and putting if Chris is all being about nice and putting others before your own, putting others in before you. So obviously she's gonna listen. Chris, so she at that point she thought about, okay, what will Krista do? Well, Krista would listen to her big sister. Krista would listen. After all, Krista is a nice girl. She wants to help. She wants to help. She pleases others. She doesn't want anyone else being angry. So obviously she's gonna listen. She gave up. She never tried ever again. And when she did try again, guess what happened? She got bullied and she got rocks thrown at her. So that logic's like, okay, well, Frida is right. My sister is right. She showed me that if I cross the fence, I'm in danger.
Kids
Yeah.
weren't bullying her, so she didn't leave the farm. What happened was that she couldn't leave the farm, and so the kids bullied her. Yeah.
No. No. They bullied her because she never left the farm. Look at the dialogue here. You are a fucking idiot. I'm done. Cause the panel is right in front of your fucking face, you blind fuck. To me, the other children were dangerous, therefore rocks at me. Needless to say, I never left the farm. She never left the farm because when she tried to, she had rocks thrown at her. The panel is saying it right there. She didn't leave the farm because Frida warned her not to leave Frida told her not to leave the farm. She defied her, and guess what happened? Rocks are thrown at her. So she listened. She learned her lesson.
Yeah, see right here, right here, right here.
Whoa, right here. Read the dialogue. Read the fucking dialogue right now. Read it. Read the
I
flashback.
stated that Hester had been bullied, and her reasoning for not leaving the farm was because she considered other children dangerous. This is before her memories. Oh, what's gonna happen? Okay. I see what's going on here.
Thank you. Oh, okay. There's the guard. Okay, he didn't realize it. There's the guard. Fucking shit. Damn.
Right.
There is a guard.
Okay. see. One of I don't get into that. Yes, she's
And you saying that you saying people don't understand AOT perfectly, but you do. Okay. 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 Mr. Intellectual, let's see. Let's see.
so the author cleared up this whole misconception of the kids bullying her.
No, it was there. You just fought wrong. It's your fault. You fought wrong. It wasn't the right. It wasn't Isayama's fault. It was your fault. But again, pass it on to Isayama. Pass it on to someone else. It's not your fault why you mess up. It's Isayama's fault. Whatever, dude. Whatever. Whatever.
Not leaving the farm like actually leaving the farm. Okay, good.
Whatever. Oh, it's Isayama's fault for not portraying it correctly. Even though just admit it that just admit that you did not know. You're too scared to admit it. You did not know. Just say it. You didn't know. You didn't know the order of the. You didn't know the order. Just say that, man. But it's Isayama's fault, though. Okay.
Curiously, it almost seems like Frida was making Historia stay in the farm and not cross the fence. Certainly.
Yes, she was making her story stay in the farm. And then guess what? Her story learned a lesson, so she listened. Right? She did.
For Kenny and Rod to find her later, and so we get her new identity. This is something which I find particularly interesting, seeing as this moment was removed from the anime.
It is.
Yeah, guys, listen. If you for some reason watched AOT up to season 4 and decided you couldn't wait and then read the manga, please, I implore you, please read the uprising in the manga. The uprising was completely butchered in the anime.
Yes, I agree with that. That, you know what? That I agree with. I agree. I'm actually agreeing with Beluga. I agree that yes, it was butchered in the anime. I agree with that. That I agree with. That, yes. You know what? Point for him. That I agree with. It was butchered in the anime. Yes, that's true. That is true. I will give you that. I will give you that. Yes, true. That I'll point I will agree with. Yes. The anime skipped a bunch of different points and stuff, so they had to try to some way to fit it in. So in the manga, Eren is still at a house, but then in the anime they're in a car. Then like yeah, that I agree with. I agree that the anime butchered the uprising. Yes, I agree. Okay, good. But what I'm scared of now is that his reasoning of why that uprising was butchered, that I don't know of. So that why I'm a partially, you know what? I'm a partially agree with him because I agree that yes, the uprising arc in the manga was butchered, but why was it butchered? Why do you feel why was it butchered in the anime? That is what I'm scared of, and that's why I'm a partially agree with him because I agree on his points, but I don't know his reasoning.
If there was something interesting hiding,
And again, I don't think he's gonna talk about it. So yeah, that's why I'm partially agreeing. I agree on his opinion, but I don't know I can't agree on his reasonings. I do not know it uh as of this point.
and the reason why Historia was forced to live on the farm and never cross the fence, we don't really know because there's an explanation to his actions so strangely. But this is a classic case of inciting the incident and securities of stories kick off in a
I'm gonna read it because he's kind of skimming through it. If there was something interesting behind the reason why his story was forced to live on the farm and never crossed the fence, we don't really know, considering it was never explained and why Frida is acting so strangely. But it is the classic case of the inciting incident and how curious the stories kick off in an extremely similar way. All this aside, though, the way Eren and the story are always there to reveal something about the mysteries with AOT is quite noteworthy. That is true. And to some extent, it's actually true. Because whenever something important is revealed, it's either Eren or Historia is there. I think she should have said Eren or Historia is always there. I think he should have said. I think he should have typed it like that. But it is true. Whenever it's something there to, that is true to a certain extent, because when Eren was talking about like the actor, the founding Titan, Historia was there, and then Eren withheld the information to protect Historia. So, and then when Eren saw his father killing Reiss for the first time, she was there. That is true to a certain extent. Historia wasn't always there. For example, for example, humanity humanity outside the walls existing, she wasn't there. But yes, most of the important revelations, she was physically there. That is true. That I agree with to a certain extent. Yes.
Extremely similar way. I would agree. You know, also a lot of juxtaposition and contrasting. Rainer.
Yeah, but we're talking. How does that disprove? How does that disprove Eren and Historia? How does that disprove Eren and Historia? Is Eren homosexual? So Eren connects with many different characters. Yes. She is a nitpick strawman, dude. She Lily is not saying that Eren only has connection with Historia. She's talking about the ship and how the ship makes sense. Is she disproving Rhino's thing? No. She's back up a point on how Eren and Historia getting together makes sense. What does Eren connection with Rhino have to do with anything right now? How does that disprove her point? She's not saying you can't have similarities to multiple characters. She's not saying that. The point of this article or this post was to prove Eren and Historia's relationship and how it makes sense. She's not um um she's not bringing down Eren and Reiner's. That is not her point. So why are you saying Reiner? That's not the point of why she wrote this. She's not saying that Eren has only a similar connection to Historia. That's not what she's typing about. And you're Mr. Intellectual apparently. Bro, shut the fuck up, man.
Do you think that he wants to? I just did the joke, but I think we're creepily whispered to the microphone.
But Eren is not gay. Because if Eren was gay, he probably would have been of Armin right now. He probably would have been Armin in the story. Eren is not gay.
Do you think that that Eren wants to marry Reiner too?
That is you see discredit, insult, and discredit. Eren is not gay. You are a fucking bitch. Is she trying to discredit Reiner and Eren's connection or Eren and Eren similarity? No. And plus, Eren and Reiner are not gay. Fuck out of here, man. Hypocrite, bro. Shut up.
Or
What?
yeah, it's
What?
possible
What?
that in good, well-written stories, lots of characters contrast and mirror each other.
I'm done. You okay? I'm saying the R word. I'm tired of this. You fucking retard. She is not disproving that. That's not her fucking point. Yo, did she say that? That is that. What does that have to do with anything? You're trying to talk so smart, but you're actually saying it so fucking retardedly. That is not her point. What's is the title of the title of the saying? What's title in the analysis? What's title of his? What's here? What's here? What's title analysis? Eren Historia in-depth analysis. It's an analysis on these two characters. Is the title is the title Eren and Historia have the best parallels? Or does it say Eren and Historia have the best connections? No, that is not what her. That's not what she's trying to prove. She's trying to prove the analysis. She's trying to prove that they have a connection even before they first physically meet each other and talk to each other. That is not the point of this fucking analysis, you dumb shit. Read the title of it. Did she say why Eren and Sora have the best connection or the best parallels? No. She's not comparing their connections to any other people's connections. Like, you're trying to sound so smart, but you actually sound fucking retarded. Because that's not her point. That's not the point of this analysis. Wow, man. And people see him as one of the, and you call yourself chief editing defender? Yeah, there's a reason why it's self-proclaimed. Maybe you should add that into your about page. Self-proclaimed chief of ending of chief analysis defending the ending or some shit.
For riveting writing.
Oh wow. Dude, shut the fuck up, cause that's not her fucking point here. Did she say anything that Eren is the only one? Dickhead.
They could just be me. Maybe if characters.
Multiple characters can parallel and contrast each other. It doesn't have to be just two characters on its own. It can be multiple characters having compare and contrast with other characters. You're not making a point here. You're saying shit to say shit. You're just trying to discredit her.
Mirror or contrast until maybe they're all romantically interested. In which case, EO2 would be a giant orgy.
I'm done. I'm done. I am legitimately done. That's that's not. Hmm. Yo. I guess. I guess Aaron Armin are gay. I guess Levi and Owen are gay. I guess everyone's gay. Everyone's gay, man. Everyone in the show is gay. Everyone in the show is gay. Yay. AOT is not the only fucking manga that does that.
All this aside, though, the way that Eren Historia always there to
Yeah, all this aside, because your point is not counter arguing her thing. So you just said shit to say shit because you didn't counter argue her points. Dumb shit.
reveal something about the mysterious world of AOT is something quite noteworthy. Freckle, Ymir, and Reiner.
Oh, did you ever talk about Mikasa at this point? How did we talk about Mikasa? Funny. That is funny. Oh, there it is. There it is. He's gonna be so mad that me. Okay, I'm gonna sit on my chair because I got off my chair because he was acting had that point had no structure or that wasn't her point. So, it's so funny how Mikasa's so narratively irrelevant to the story. That's funny. I thought I actually kind of thought that it was going to be Ymir and Historia, not Historia, Mikasa, because Ymir and Mikasa are both overprotective older sister figures because chronologically Mikasa and Ymir are both old and Eren in the story respectively. So yeah. Anyways, let's keep going, I guess. I'll keep going till like, oh my god, I actually should have been gone an hour ago, but again, his stupidity entertains me. So let's keep going. I bet you he's gonna be so mad. He's going to be so mad that Mikasa is not the major connection. I bet you he's gonna be so mad. Hold on. He's gonna be so mad. So mad.
See, and so, see, as I've pointed out,
What? What did you point out? You didn't point out anything. What was your point? You didn't say anything.
have parallels between these characters.
Yes, exactly. AOT has a bunch of characters that parallel each other. A lot of mangas and animes do that.
Going to the military brings
And doesn't explain and doesn't elaborate on what his point was. What was his point? On what, the orgy thing? Dude. In that case, every fucking anime manga should be a fucking orgy then. Dumbass.
historian Eren to two people. And by the way, there's a very good reason, a thematic reason why Reiner likes Krista.
Yeah, cause she's just like him. That's what he's gonna say. I bet you $10 gonna say, oh, because they're nice people that think about others before themselves. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, yep. I know. I know the point, cause Rhino gonna see her as a hero, she wants to be seen as a nice person, and yeah, I know. I know. I know he's again. I'm precogging. I'm precogging. That's what the similar. That's why. That's why he likes Krista. I'm precogging it. But let's see if I'm correct or not. Let's see if I'm correct or not. Or let's see if he actually talks about that. Let's see. Going to I'm gonna read it because I don't trust him reading. Going into military brings Historia and Eren to two people who will sadly in future betray them, all for the sake of character development. Vector Jameer and Reiner Braun. Both Vector Jameer and Reiner characters who come from one completely understand Eren, Historia, and Eren respectively. Reiner is a perfect mirror of Eren and Vector mirror of Historia. That is true. Keep going.
Going to the military brings Historia and Eren to two
To two people. It is not hard to read, dude. If you have trouble reading, zoom in the fucking analysis, dude. Just zoom in the page. Let's continue.
people who will.
Oh my god, it's trouble. Bro, zoom in the thing. If you can't read it, if you can't see that far, zoom in the page, please.
In the future, sadly betrayed them.
Yes. Yes.
When did Ymir betray?
Ymir decided not to bring Historia with her, even though she said that she would. Yeah, betrayed.
Historia?
She did. She did.
All for the sake of character development.
Gee. She did. Cause Historia, Ymir told the story that she'll bring her with her, but she didn't. Yes, it is a betrayal.
Freckle, Ymir, and Reiner Braun. Didn't Reiner also betray Historia? This is what I'm saying. This is very strange how they're.
Oh my gosh, man. Wait, when did Reiner betray Historia? When? When?
See, when you begin to construct stuff under shaky premises, probably.
Oh, okay, just like EM. EM is built on shitty premises. It's built on scenes that are so debatable on on where you interpret it. So yeah, your defense on Eren and Mikasa, it's only built on your message of love or some shit, or on the theme of the story, or 1/3 of the theme of the message of Attack on Titan. No, again, that is not her point. The point is that Ymir and Reiner were both people that Historia and Eren looked up to respectively. They respected and admired them. Historia admired Ymir because Ymir was not afraid to be herself. Eren was inspired by Reiner because Reiner was a good leader and he was strong and told him to never give up and keep going. What did Reiner have how did Reiner have an impact on Historia? How? But again, you're just trying to discredit her. This is not her point here. Did Eren ever look up to Ymir? No. Did Historia ever look up to Reiner? No.
It's the wrong ideology. Let's continue.
Shut up.
Both Freckle, Ymir, and Reiner are characters who are from Marley and
Yes.
completely understand the story and Eren respectively.
Yes. Yes. That is true. Because Reiner has been in that spot before where he felt like he couldn't do anything. Or he wasn't strong. Reiner told him to keep going. Yes, that is true. After all, the parallels of Reiner and Eren couldn't exist that way. If you don't understand each other.
Reiner's a
Exactly.
perfect mirror of Eren.
That's true. Reiner wants to be a hero. Yes, that's true.
I wonder why they aren't romantically involved.
You're a bitch.
And Freckle, Ymir of Historia. Yep. As cadets, it is Eren who approaches
You're a bitch.
Reiner first asks about training while Ymir approaches Historia.
That's true. That is true. But when Eren was getting his ass kicked, he went to Reiner. Well, I think Reiner went to him, but I know it's either or. He looked up to Reiner a lot. Because he was this big, strong dude who was a good leader.
Ymir approaches Historia.
Yes.
They both form close bonds with them, and later on, they are betrayed in the same arc.
Yes, that's true. That is true.
When exactly does Historia get betrayed?
Oh my goodness. Read the fucking paragraph and it'll tell you. Fucking hell. She did get betrayed.
I must be tripping, man.
Yes, you are tripping.
The first one who witnesses the betrayal is Eren in chapter 42.
Yes, when Reiner turned into the armored titan. Yes, that is true.
Historia is also betrayed in chapter 42.
Who? When? Did Historia have a close bond with Reiner? No. Did Historia ever look up to Reiner? No. So no, they were betrayed at the same time. Historia had no strong bond with Reiner. It's not. It's the impact of betrayal. That's what she's talking about here. Historia never looked up to Reiner as a symbol of strength and leadership. Never did. That's not the point. It's not about just okay, Reiner did this. No, it's the impact of the betrayal. Eren was completely betrayed to the point that he was in tears. That the person that he looked up to was one of the reasons why the wall got destroyed and his mother got eaten. That's why he was crying. Because the guy he looked up to was a traitor.
Well, I remember Trace's story at the end of the Clash of Titans arc.
Chapter 50.
By not staying by. Oh, that's what you meant. Okay.
See, you know what it does when you actually read the full, just read the full paragraph before you make any counter arguments, please.
Okay, by not staying by. I don't see.
How's that? How is that? No. How is that not? What?
Betrayal.
That is betrayal. That is betrayal. That is betrayal. She promised to stay by her side, but no, she went to help Reiner and Bert instead. That is betrayal. That is betrayal.
She was originally going to use her, right?
For what? Use her for what?
But then when she saw that Eren had the good coordinate, she realized, oh, there's a future inside the walls. So let Historia be inside the walls. She was originally going to use her as a bargaining chip to get to negotiate a position with Marley because she's.
No, she has never said anything about that. Her reasoning of taking Historia because she thought there was no future inside the walls. There was no hope. She's never said anything about bargaining chips or anything like that. She never said anything about that. She wanted to bring Historia because there was no hope inside the walls until she found out that Eren had the coordinates. Because Ymir knows that Eren is a person who's not going to back down easy. And if anything, that further proves the Eren Historia thing. Because you all know Ymir is very protective over Historia. But she was convinced when she found out that it was Eren that had the coordinates. Because she knows how Eren, okay, well, she saw how Eren is. He doesn't back down, he doesn't give up, he keeps going. I bet you $5 if everyone else who had the coordinates, she would still brought Historia with her. But it was a fact that it was Eren who had the coordinates. That just made the decision, wait a minute, there is a hope inside the walls. Because I know that this guy right here will not give up easily. It was not no bargaining chip bullshit. She never said anything about that. Do you think she cares about Marley? Do you really think that she cares about Marley? She hates Marley. Because it was Marley that made her turn to a Titan in the first place. It was no bargaining chip. What use can be Historia for? Do you actually think they're gonna believe? Do you actually think they're gonna believe Historia? After all, Reiner and Bert don't know that Historia is royal blooded. They don't know that. Ymir knows that. Do you think she's gonna put? You think Ymir's gonna put Historia's life in danger? No. So his point here, no, that's already debunked out. It doesn't make any sense to Ymir's character.
She stole a Jaw Titan. So obviously Marley was going to feed her to somebody. So she wanted to bring a person of royal blood to incur favor.
Nope, nope, that was not true. That is not true. She did not care about Marley. She's not care about Marley. Why would she care about the people that fucking turned into a Titan in the first place? She's not care about Marley. If anything will actually happen, if logically what happened with her character is that when they reach Marley, she'll most likely escape for Historia and go into hiding. Because he's actually stupid. You actually think that Ymir will actually put Historia in danger? You actually think she would do that? No way, dude. No way. He actually think that means. I mean, you don't understand. I guess you don't understand Ymir as a character then, because your freckles Ymir would never do that. But yet, you understand AOT perfectly, dude. Dude.
That would have been real betrayal. Instead, she sees Eren has like a coordinate, and it's like, oh, there's a future for the walls.
Yeah, isn't that a little weird that she finds out Eren has the coordinate and leaves her there? Isn't that a little fucking weird? Because we all know Ymir would. It's weird because Ymir would never do that. She would never do that. But it's weird when she finds that Eren has the coordinate. All of a sudden, she changes her mind. Is that a little weird? Isn't that a little weird? But again, I don't think I don't guess he doesn't know Ymir as a character. He doesn't know fucking Ymir as a character. So why do I think he knows this?
Because we can do the rumbling.
No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Thank you guys so much for coming. Because Ymir did not know jack shit about the rumbling, you dumbass. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm fucking done. See? He made a dumbass point. Now I'm done. I am fucking done. Cause that's not the fucking point, you dumbass. You're a fucking dumbass. Fuck it. You know what? You know what? Let's down. I'm gonna let me go on Twitch and download my vids. Let me go on Twitch and download my videos, my latest streams. Cause I'm gonna add him too, and I want to make sure he fucking watches it. Cause you say no fucking sense. Let me go on Twitch. I'm done. People like him, there's no hope. It's just mental gymnastics. They'll do anything to prove their point. You may not know jack shit about the rumbling. Why? Okay, wait a minute. Debunk right there. Wait a minute. You think Ymir support the rumbling, right? But in 137, we see her Titan fight back against Eren. Fuck out of here, dude. No. No. People like him won't change, Ron. This is exactly why, and this is exactly why people think the AOT fandom is toxic, dude. He thinks he knows everything, but he does not. He actually thinks that Ymir will actually do something like that. Dude. No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm just gonna save it. Save it. I don't care. Save my thing, man. I'm done. Because if he actually thinks that Ymir did that because of that, You do not know her character. You have not paid attention to the story, and you're strawmanning it. You're exactly doing what you're accusing of Serenity of doing. I'm done. Wait, I streamed on YouTube, so it's on YouTube. Okay, I have to change the title of my YouTube thing. I know to change. I need to change the title to YouTube. I don't care. I don't care if he sees me as a cloud chaser or nothing. First of all, how am I gonna cloud chase off of you? You don't even have. You don't even have 1K subscribers, bro. And whatever. Get your little posse to come at me. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.